Don't ask me where the werewolf went. I don't know. Also, what the fuck got reset? What is this bullshit? My chat is broken? My chat is broken. Okay, that should have fixed it. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm just trying to live my best life. What in the fuck? It is. That's what this is. Except he's being rotten. He's not. Okay, no, that's still rotten. I don't care. I don't care. No, no. Well, oh, we had a raid? Oh god, who raided us? Hold on, I just got here. I just got here. Why? I just got here. Everything. Stop. What? Who? What? That we got raided, but then I don't know what's happening. There's an ad starting in a minute. Just hold on. Hold on, your asshole.
Good raid, bad raid?
I mean it's not a bad.
Okay.
It's not a bad raid. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh, okay. Sherlock.
Ah! Oh! Yo! What the fuck? Thanks. Thank you, Gianni. Damn. I was coming in. I did the thing. I gotta give a shout out to get Gianni though, because like, thank you so much for the raid. My timing was fucking bad. Oh, that's okay. I'm just glad that they, shout out to get Gianni. That's insane. I like everybody was like, so usually I have my little introduction that I didn't fucking get to have today because for some reason it wasn't working. So I'm so sorry. I'm behind on the times. I'm doing my best. Let me get my asshole together for 2 seconds. Mostly because I had just finished recording and then I had to immediately go into a callback for a project. So I'm like, I'm getting it together. Honestly, I don't know what's on the agenda today. I'm just I'll get there. All right, let me take this off. Okay. Look at this. Watch this wiener for the moment. For the time being, you can pay attention to this wiener. It's a cute wiener. It's a very nice wiener. Okay, so that's on. That's plugged in. That's good. This is on. This is plugged in. This is good. And did somebody say Mr. Pee-Pee Pasta? What are you chewing on? Why? Please don't chew on that. Why? No, I don't care. I don't care. All right. Yeah, this is a safe wiener watch. Oh, Mr. Pee-Pee Pasta is here as well. Hello. Also, I owe you guys a flex for that, so my apologies. Thank you for the follow, Panda, Queso, Casio. I'm so sorry. Panda, Casio, Vultures, Timmy's Nuts, Dodexus, PVT, V, Gabriel, Ultrakill, KZ Explosion, Beepos, Thunderwing, of course, Gitchiani, Batpool, Nix Knocked, Retro Cave, Fluffy, Hero, Tumbleweed Charlie, Walk Up. Yeah, it looks like I have a handful. So, hello, welcome to the party, everyone. Cat Dragon, thank you for the follow as well. So, I'm gonna level. I'm still trying to get it together right now. What? No, you have been a fucking nuisance. You've been a tyrant. You have been a tyrant. A tyrant of teeth and toys all day long. You don't even know what fear is. I don't have your Chewy. It is not here. Oh my god. I know. I'm fairly certain that book series is illegal in Maryland. So I don't I'm gonna level with you. I don't actually have a plan. I don't even know what the fuck was on the schedule. So everything got super fucked up today, is the TLDR. Hold on 2 seconds, I will tell you. Yes, Sherlock Holmes. Okay, come on. Okay, go play. Go play, be free. Try not to eat things you aren't supposed to. Please. So basically, everything got super fucked up today. The goal was to start my workout streams today. And that was supposed to be at like 10 o'clock this morning. I woke up and not only did we have to go get the Jeep, because we had to take the Jeep in for repairs, we were getting the death wobble, which those of you that are not familiar with what a death wobble is on a Jeep, basically you have your hands on the steering wheel and you're driving, and then sometimes maybe you go over a little bump or something, and then all of a sudden it's like that, all over the road. So we wound up getting a death wobble in the Jeep. And I want to point out, our Jeep is not like a 1997, right? This is a 2023 Jeep with like 35,000 miles on it. It should not have a death wobble. So we took it to the dealership to have it taken care of. Thankfully, it was still under warranty, and so they took care of it, and that's great. Thank fucking God. But yeah, they finished it yesterday, so then we had to turn around and go get the Jeep from the dealership today. On top of that, the last 2 days, my internet at about 8 o'clock yesterday and about 8 o'clock today, our internet has just fucked off into the nether. So we keep having like intermittent internet issues, and I don't know what's causing it, and they won't tell us. So it's just been one thing after another. And I'm ready to take a nap. So I didn't get to stream this morning because not only did we have to get the Jeep, but we also had to turn around and deal with the internet issues. I also had to finish one of the books that I am narrating right now. So I apologize. Starlink crashed for almost 2 hours today. I don't, it's been fucking nuts. Given the sexy trailer at Hellraiser, I haven't watched the trailer yet. I have not watched the trailer yet for Hellraiser. Hold on. We should do that. We can do that together, because I haven't seen it yet. But I apologize. I'm so sorry. We're doing our best. All right, let's see. No, we need to watch the FNAF 2 trailer as well. It's done. The book is done, thank God. I don't know what happened. It had a weird... It got weird halfway through and didn't go the direction it should have. All right. Let's watch this trailer really quick, because I'm curious. My curiosity has been curiositied. All right. Oh. It was not implied. That was not implied. I saw a nippity nop. I saw nippity nops. TOS has entered the chat. It wasn't on purpose. No one warned me. That's on IGN's page. It's on IGN's page. They can't get mad at me for doing what I do best, which is not that. Hold on, wait. I saw nippity nops. Okay, hold on. I gotta get past the nippity nops. Okay, I think we're past the nippity nops. All right, we should be good. Okay, back to... Oh! 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 Because that was a red band trailer. I should probably go to the not red band trailer. That might be smarter. Okay, well, we'll just go to this one. Please don't do that to me again. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, this is fine.
A desirous, gaping heart.
Welcome back, sir. Also, why do these girls' mascara smear so perfectly? Like,
A thirst for excruciating pleasure. The very thing we offer. She is hellbound.
ah, yes, the gang is back.
For we have such sights to show you.
Okay. Oh, that was an ice pick. All right. Are we... Was he fighting with Lamarckin's box? Wait, no, hold on. Was he fighting? He sure was. So Lamarckin's box is a fucking weapon in this game? Also, why do I feel like I'm gonna have a hard-on for whoever that is? Anyway. He was using... That's... Okay. Yeah, no, he used Lamarckin's box as a weapon. Interesting. You know what? Hellraiser Judgment was not bad until the ending. It's like it was so fucking good up to a point, and then the ending happened, and I was like, where did the writing go? It's like the writer fucking quit during the last 30 minutes of that movie, and it was never the same. And it sucks. It really does. It sucks. Well, so that's why I was really confused. Is I was like, why are we like we're using the box as a I don't know. I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. I'm glad that we're getting horror. Baby. Ellis. I don't know where he went. I'm glad we're getting a central horror because obviously Friday the 13th fucked off, right? So all the shit happened with Friday the 13th in the licensing with Jason versus Friday the 13th versus whatever. So we have had multiplayer fuck shit. One thing though is that Hellraiser specifically is a series that you could do multiplayer, but I feel like there's something to the intimacy of having it be solo play that coincides with what Hellraiser represents. So I'm curious about it. What did you think of the reboot on Hulu with the gender swap pinhead? I mean, to be fair, Kristen in the comics does become a hell priest. So gender bending necessarily, it's like it's less gender bending and more legitimacy based off of the comics to some degree. Like obviously there were changes, but to be like, oh, they just gender swapped it, like that's not really fair, because at one point I'm pretty sure it's Kristen becomes a hell priest. It is Kristen, right? I think it's Kristen. I'm 99% sure that it's Kristen that becomes the hell priest. Yeah, it is. It's Christy Cotton. Yeah. So one of the runs, so it is Christy. Yeah, one of the runs she becomes a Hell Priest. Yes! Also, Cayuga, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you guys are enjoying those. I need to give you new treats. Also, hello, Killa. Oh, I meant judgment for myself. Anyway, interesting that they're using Lamarckin's box as a weapon. So I'm kind of curious. Do you want to watch a trailer?
What?
Do you want to watch the trailer?
Yes.
Okay. No, I am interested. I'm interested to see what happens with that game. I like the fact that it's solo. I like the fact that it's very clear they kept to a lot of the core of it. I'm interested in how much engagement Clive Barker had with the writing of the game. So I'm curious about that. No, stop it. It wasn't my fault. You guys told me, and then you were like, that's the Red Band trailer, Autumn. A little too late. A little too late. Oh, he was involved in... Hey. What are you doing?
Whatever I want.
Hey. Come here. Come here. Come on. No, you've got to come up here. I feel like Jim Carrey in The Mask talking to Milo. Come here. Come, get up here. Sherlock Holmes. Hey. Give. Oh, you little bastard. Come here. Come here. You can make the space. Come on. Oh my God. You can. I know you know how to jump.
Jump on the couch just fine.
Yeah, you jump on and off that just fine. Okay. All right, you ready? I'm going to turn. Yes, Darkray. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay. Can you hear it? Okay. Oh, that's the girl, by the way,
Yeah.
who was with him that day.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original. Nobody's been here for decades. Some little girl got murdered here.
So they're saying.
Did I say that?
Hear what?
So they're saying that 2 was the original? Is that what I just understood?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, no, but that's all right.
Being normal.
I think we've come pretty far.
Have you?
How's that be?
Some days she's good. Some days she misses her friends.
This story that you're gonna fix those animatronics. It's only giving her false hope.
Can any of you hear me?
Oh, God. Why would... Okay. So... So they jacked pieces from Ruin?
Not quite. Hi, Mangle. Hi, Mangle.
They're out there, Mike.
Where?
Everywhere.
Where are you locked?
Was that the mimic?
Done with you.
It did, in fact. So, like, that's the day before my birthday.
I need to understand more of what it is they're trying to do, because, yeah, that seemed to imply that the sister location was the first one. when it...
No, it didn't imply anything. That's literally what they said. She literally said, oh no, that was the franchise. This is the original. They're implying that the sister location is the first, and that's... And then on top of that, the communication device, the walkie-talkie, you...
Well, the speak and spell thing has been present for a lot of the games. That's not necessarily new, because that's the thing at the beginning.
But you pulled a speak and spell, but then you also did it and treated it like a two-way, not unlike what Cassie has to deal with in Ruin.
Yeah,
that's my thing. Is they're leading her back to the location. So I don't know. I need
hey, Lord, to understand.
The 6th of December is my birthday.
I need to understand more. As taking that out of it, I'm like, yeah, I mean, of course I'm excited. But I need to understand what they're doing with it. Well, they've already changed some of it anyway, right? Like Vanny, for example. Obviously, she's back. She's not fucking psycho. She's not the security breach location. Like, they put her in the first movie as Vanessa.
But it's been very clear from the beginning that they flip-flopped a lot of shit.
Right, which is why I'm trying to, like...
I also am pointing out, too, that what they're doing. So it's very clear we have our DTMs, right? Our dead teenager movies. So we've got our DTMs in the very beginning, which is the 3 wayward fucking teenagers that are going to be our dead teenagers.
Well, and 2 of them are returning. So one of them, either Mike or Vanessa, isn't going to make it.
No, I'm talking about the teens at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I'm betting money on Vanessa. But here's my whole beef with it.
Or Mike gets scooped, which...
If he does, it's going to be...
They clearly replaced Michael's character lore-wise with Vanessa.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have named this kid Mike unless we get some sort of weird reveal that that's his dad, but that's not going to happen.
No.
So, there's just a lot of things that's been, like, flippy-flopped.
I'm not either way, like, I'll go and I'll watch it. I'm not mad about it. And I'm very air on the side of caution with anything that correlates from video game to movie, right? Like we've had this discussion, right, especially when it comes to horror. So unfortunately with canon behavior, video games translating to film have not ever really been good. Side note, we watched Until Dawn. There was nothing until that dawn. I hated it. Obviously, yay, Hellcat, thank you for the follow.
Yeah, the withered animatronics do look really, really good.
Let's talk, listen, Bonnie. Can we talk about Bonnie for a minute? Can you imagine that shit coming out at you in the vent? Like, my God. Well, so, and that's the thing, is I want to be clear. I've had to look at video game adaptations, film version of video game adaptations loosely and as their own standalone, right? Until Dawn, the film, had fucking nothing to do with the game. Like, touched on slight pieces of certain things, but they really fucked off on it. And looking at Until Dawn, the film, as its own standalone, just completely removing from the fact that it was a game. Like, I see what they tried to do, but not only did they Groundhog's Day it, which they made fun of that in the film, like they talked about it, but there were elements that they had basically jacked from other films. So it was almost this like Blender-esque fucking like Cabin in the Woods meets what else did I say to you that day? It was Cabin in the Woods and like they literally stole an element and Fear Clinic.
Yes, that's it.
So, all right, so here's my problem, because I know some of you are not going to know what the fuck I'm talking about when I say Fear Clinic, and that's going to drive me batshit insane. I love Robert Englund, okay? Like, with my whole soul, I love Robert Englund. For those of you that aren't privy to actors' names, Robert Englund is the original Freddy Krueger, right? Nightmare on Elm Street. That's his claim to fame. Robert Englund, though, also has a history of doing lower budget films and even college thesis films for college students. So he's done a handful of just like whatever he wants to do whenever he wants to do it. I love Robert Englund so much for that. But there was a series originally that was a web series that came out quite some time ago called Fear Clinic. And I really enjoyed Fear Clinic for the basis of what they were trying to do with it. Well, Fear Clinic eventually got adapted, and they wound up making a film version of it. But the film version was nothing like the web series, and honestly was a bit of a letdown. But the concept of treating these patients with overloading them with their fear was the whole, like, the broad stroke concept of Fear Clinic, right? So I liked it, but it felt like Sony just kind of jacked pieces of from Cabin in the Woods and Fear Clinic and were like, okay, we're gonna make money now, and like it had nothing to do with the game. It was its own strange piece of ripoff. Like, some of the acting was questionable at best. Yeah, Happy Death Day did do Murder Groundhog's Day. Well, and then there was there's been a couple of films that have done Murder Groundhog Day. But I didn't find it enjoyable. And even the deaths and things, like the shit that they were shooting for was just, I don't know, it was lackluster. I was not impressed. It did make me want to go back and play the game again, which I haven't done for quite some time. I never touched the remake because there was the changes were weird. I don't understand why they did what they did. But yeah, so video game movies, back to the topic. Video game movies canonically are like a 50-50 split. We had Resident Evil. Resident Evil had its own fair share of problems. Like, we got Alice, which was great, and as a standalone concept, like, sure, yeah, it's cool. It's a zombie kill movie. That's pretty much the gist of it. But Resident Evil wasn't Resident Evil. And then you've got Silent Hill. Well, the Silent Hill film, not bad. Like, Rose was a fun character to follow. And we even got Sybil, which was great. But none of it followed canon first Silent Hill. And so now we're in a it was a feather. It's like a feather sleeve thing. It'll be fine. So now we're focused on, like, Silent Hill 2 is upcoming, right? And everybody has seen that screenshot. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, hold on. This still came out years ago, and for some reason Dexerto or IGN or something had picked up the screen cap, and it's like we all the Silent Hill fans knew about this screen grab already. But I need to show you again if you haven't seen it. So this screen grab is what we got. And like, this one's fine, but then Mary and the screen grab got shit on so bad because it just looks like a bad porno. And so I guess I should have put like 2026 or something. Hold on. Okay, there we go. This one. So specifically this still, like, Return to Silent Hill is what they're calling it. Sorry, my apologies.
Oh, I understand what they were saying.
So this screen grab on the right got thrown in a long time ago, and then I guess one of the when the Silent Hill, also we have an ad break starting in 30 seconds, guys, please be aware, stick around, don't go anywhere. Yeah, I just need it to make sense is all. So I'm not sure if this got changed, and if this was, I'm guessing this was test footage, really. The other issue is that people who don't know anything about film or like filming itself don't recognize that a lot of the time you're going to get test footage, you know? Rather, let me rephrase. There are instances where if they're trying for something, a lot of the time they can and will do test footage. So I don't wonder if that was not a test footage piece that they did a very long time ago before like the initial relaunch of Silent Hill and like the resurgence, and that's just what they leaked. So of all the things, no, but that's what it feels like. It literally looks like a corn parody, which is bad in and of itself. Also, side note, I'm gonna be that guy for 2 seconds, and I'm so sorry that I have to bring this up, but I'm gonna, because it does apply to a lot of us. Guys, loving, polite reminder, the big push. Somehow it occurs to me, obviously I have a vested interest myself because of, you know, what I do, but it's awfully funny that when the Schmonly Schman stuff and everything broke down over the payment processor bullshit, and then of course Schmansley had the same issue, that it was like, oh, okay, well, get a real job. But now, not only has Steam been affected and had to remove certain titles, which to a degree, there were some titles where I'm like, yeah, all right, fair enough. itch.io is now being put into a position where they have to remove not safe for work titles. And it's in lieu of a collective shout, which is a very like, anyway, it's a very strange group. Like, to each their own, that's fine. But they were pushing really, really hard for like this weird moral high ground position. We're not Anakin. And as much as I love, you know, companies deciding what they can have their fingers in that I own, it's shitty. It's bullshit. But I'm bringing it up because right now you'll notice that there's a couple of different things going on. People suddenly are caring and wanting to sign the petitions for ACLU, which correlate to like us sending letters basically to Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and so on, having the discussion of, you guys can't constitute what we can and can't buy within a consent realm. As long as it's safe, sane, consensual, and legal, there's nothing saying that we can't purchase this, and you don't get to say whether you consent or not. So I did share some stuff on my socials. Actually, Palm is a phenomenal human being, and is working very, very hard to try to do what they can to assist us when it comes to work of the adult variety and the safety that comes therein. Part of that is also them having written a letter for us to send to our legislative representatives, the state, and so on. So they're trying to get the email and everything put together. So it's very official. It's very formal. They're a student of law, so they know what they're doing. And they also have the review of a law peer and professor. So I bring it up though, and I know nobody wants to have this conversation. Okay, well, shut up. I don't want to hear, like, I'm not here. I can hear it already. The incel behavior. I'm not here to listen to you open your mouth. You are just here to be tits on my screen. As the talking tits on your screen, if you like talking tits on your screen and you are smart enough to recognize that censorship is what we're looking at here, you might want to start to see what you can do to either contact representatives or also sign the petition for the ACLU portion, where we are trying to tell payment processors like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, and so on, you can't constitute what we buy and what we care about. So, you know, from a safe, sane, consensual, and legal perspective, it sucks. And what basically has happened is itch.io has removed not safe for work games from their pages. They did this without warning, without any kind of like anything. They just removed them. So a lot of fellow voice actors who do spicy work, a lot of game devs who, you know, that's how they make their living and so on, and advertise. That's it. So now they're trying to figure out where to go. Well, why is this my problem? Well, it's your problem because a lot of people paid for those games. They paid money. Those games are now no longer in their library. They cannot access those games at this time. That means that you paid for something that you can no longer have, even though the website's up and running and everything. That's just one piece of everything else. And Demonic's completely correct. If you are from Nevada or in the state of Nevada, Nevada is built on sex, drugs, lies, and a lot of other things. So, like, if you're someone who supports some of that revenue base, like gambling and drinking and, schmexy time work and stuff like that, adult consented work, you're eventually going to be affected by this. It's becoming an issue of consent based around moral values and not around legal value. And I understand that the argument then, Billy, Megacube, thank you guys so much for the follow. Right, well, Vegas doesn't survive. At the end of the day, if censorship from a digital perspective as much as a physical perspective starts to be pushed to this boundary, it sounds so unrealistic and it sounds so far-fetched and ridiculous, but the reality is we're being faced with a situation where the ridiculous is becoming life now. I've run into Onion articles where I've had to stop and be like, is that a headline? And then I realize it's the Onion, so it's satire, and I'm like, oh my god, that could have been a real headline. Like, it's no longer a game, right? And Palm is completely correct. If you're a queer person, they are trying to expand arguments about adult only that extends to queer topics as well. So even if you're moot about adult entertainment, you should also consider and remember that it's not just about adult workers, it's about your decision to engage in whatever it is that you're engaging in that consent based form. Like, it's funny haha now until they start censoring that shit. And it's the same thing I've had the conversation with Ellis over. Like, so when do we start pulling films off of Amazon? Their payment processor runs through Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Hulu, Netflix, all of them run on a payment processor basis, right? So when do they start becoming affected? Because there's films and content on Amazon and Netflix right now that could be and are considered not safe for work content because of what they contain within. Basic Instinct, right? Some of you will know what I'm talking about, but Basic Instinct, the film, is considered not safe for work. She puts her whole ass budussy out on the chair and slaps that shit out. Species, another horror film that was older. Like, anything that contains questionable content that could be considered, what's the word I'm looking for? Moral...
reprehensible.
Yeah, like morally reprehensible or something along those lines. Like, that's just where they're starting. So all of this,
and it's easy to think like, oh, it won't get that bad. Thinking that exact thought process is why we're already having this conversation.
right?
Like, we're not just dealing with like potential censorship. We're dealing with censorship that's on a slope that is so slippery that it's already in motion.
Yeah.
If you don't put the brakes on now, it's going to be significantly worse.
Yeah. Well, and Beanie and Palm both had really good points. Beanie stated they're just starting with adult entertainment because it's an easier target due to people not willing to defend it. And then they'll just expand. Or so they think. Polite reminder, adult entertainment and that realm, we're talking about the world's oldest profession, having survived. And then Palm followed up and said we could have to return to the standard of the 80s where not safe for work content will have political discussions again, so brush up on politics or physics. I mean, that's not a lie. They're not going to stop there. It's going to become, again, things that are morally reprehensible. I told Ellis this morning. It's like we're hitting satanic panic, but for like adult entertainment. It's very strange to me. And yeah, it will eventually get to that point. There's a difference between unsavory and like in the legality realm, which even then, a lot of this stuff in the United States is left up to the states. What is it? In Texas, I think, I'll have to double check this, but like in Texas, you're not allowed to own more than like 5 like adult toys in your household or something. And then like I think sodomy or like anal is illegal in like West Virginia or some shit. Like there's states with obscure laws, and I like if you guys think for a second that they won't bring that shit back up, like laws from like 1887, your head is so far up your ass it's not even funny. There, how do I say this without putting myself? Okay, I'm just gonna say it. There was, oh my bad, sodomy. I meant anal. I don't know why I went there. Anyway, my bad. There's a website several years ago, right, with content that could be not could. Content that was very morally questionable, but was fact. So it wasn't like he said, she said. It wasn't content that was like, oh, this is, this was very clear, obstructive, not safe for work in a schmedule sense. It was violence. It was violent content, but it was factual violent content. Like these are things that occurred, period, right?
Like in the early 2000s when your friend would send you an email
gore shock videos,
and you weren't sure if it was like cute puppies or like meat spin or like a guy getting thrown off a cliff. Like
right.
You were gambling.
You never knew. And that was when it was the Wild West, right? So, to be clear, that website existed for a very long time. And eventually the proprietor of that website, or the person, I'm assuming the creator realistically, but the person who ran that specific website wound up getting into a legal issue due to another event that occurred and was posted on this website by a user. Eventually what wound up happening is the government in question of where this website was based out of came back and was like, well, we're just going to shut the website down. And the owner of the website was like, no, you're not going to do that. So they wound up in a legal situation because of it. And it was due to this user posting what they posted. What wound up happening, though, is the government in question wound up pulling up a law from like fucking 1937 or some ridiculous shit, and basically said, according to this law in our government, you can't do X. And it was so convoluted and like just astronomically fucking ridiculous that they brought a law that had not been even looked at in like fucking 100 years. And sure as shit, they pulled it up and they said, well, no, it's right here in the law book. You're looking at it. It's right here. It says this. And they upheld it because it was technically a law.
Is that documentary still on Netflix?
Yeah, I don't know if they covered that, though, because they didn't talk about that. They talked about him.
Oh, okay.
They never talked about Mark. I don't know if they talked about that.
I don't remember. It's been a minute.
But that, I mean, yes, because he was the reason. So, but yeah, the what I'm getting at, though, out of bringing that up is because it is not... everybody wants to feel safe and everybody wants to be like, not my problem, until it is your problem. And again, I'm not bringing up the Amazon, Netflix, debacle. Yeah, Palm's completely correct. If you want to get really mad, the only reason the 2021 Schmanly Schmans, Schmorn Schman, and the bans in general happened with PH was because a random CEO texted the CEO of MasterCard and said that he was upset that there was potential CSAM on that location.
Potential.
After he read an NYT op-ed. And that set the stage for a lot of the other shit. So this was a CEO to CEO text message. Mind you, we're busy watching CEOs get slammed at Coldplay concerts right now. But that's no big deal, right? Instead of sticking their dicks in their secretaries, they want to stick their dicks in our paid content that is completely safe, sane, consensual, and legal.
You're okay, Palm. No worries.
No, you're fine. I have to censor myself because they'll pull me to the ground. You're fine. You guys can say whatever you want in the conversation. It's just me. I have to be careful. But it starts with, and I said it this morning, it starts with a drop. It starts with a drop. But censorship is an issue and has been an issue and continues to be an issue. It does not fail to make me sad walking by a library anymore, because the realization that over the last several years, you guys know that we just went through a fuck ton of book banning too, right? Doesn't it strike you strange or strike you a little funny that they're banning literature? And I'm not talking about like questionable fucking books. Like they're banning oh god,
out of
Quit.
all of the books
can't have
that they banned,
no,
out of all of the books that they banned, the one to go read that is telling you bar for bar what is happening right now is V for Vendetta. And if you haven't seen the book or read it, just go rewatch the movie. And that's not, yes, novel. Fahrenheit 451 as well. 1984. Yeah, is another good example. But she's right, it's a drop. Because banning one thing here or banning something else there just continues to get worse and worse. What was adult entertainment starts to expand the definition of reprehensible. Then it's going to bleed into horror movies. Then it's going to bleed into things that have any kind of reprehensible, like if you see drug usage on screen or anything. It's going to get worse and worse and worse.
Never, thank you for the follow. Well, and Palm and I had this discussion as well about what really defines moral. What is not safe for work? What is adult content? Like, is it defined as something relating to penetration? Is it blatant nudity? Is it like what constitutes that? Because then you start to get into this slippery slope definition period where it's like, well, Ted says that, you can't see a belly button. Well, God forbid a drawn cartoon shows hips, Twitch. But then, okay, there's another fucking conversation. Twitch, right? We just had this bullshit with Twitch. Twitch came back and was like, you can't show XYZ. But then you guys have a fucking beaches and pools and hot tubs section. But that's okay. Well, it's its own section and they have to do this and this. Okay, so wait a minute. So you can do that, but then body painting's not allowed. Well, but they just can't be. No, I need clear definitions of what is and is not acceptable. The legal shit, like the obvious, like clearly illegal shit, is a different conversation from I took a video of me choking the shit out of Ellis when we were doing jujitsu. Well, that's not schmegdual. To somebody it is. To somebody it is. Well, it's violence against your spouse. No, we were training.
When the argument becomes whether it's schmexual or illegal, they will make it illegal.
Yes.
That is where we are.
That's where we are. If it constitutes something that is not liked by a specific group of people who find it morally reprehensible, that's where we're at. So, again, I don't get on a soapbox very often. Palm, there are federal laws that protect against the very, 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 very bad stuff, like with schmanimals and CSAM and stuff, where, and that is the stuff that clearly should be considered. Again, no, I don't care. You're being dramatic. Also, did you eat dinner?
Yes.
Oh, is that our problem?
Oh, he ate dinner and then he ate the cat's dinner.
Oh, good. So we had double dinner.
Yeah, he's just being a shithead.
Are we eepy? Is it maybe time for a nap? Is it time for a nap, you little shithead?
No, fuck off.
Okay, well, we're gonna have a nap because you won't stop. If you want to throw them outside, then we'll.
Like with both hands, or
don't.
Underhanded, maybe.
Like a baseball.
Wiener fastball.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly it. We talked about that as well. Is it's like. Because I said something to Ellis about that this morning, where it's like, so what it reminds me of is it reminds me of the guy who is cheating on his wife, like blatantly, clearly cheating on his wife. And he comes in one day, like just pissy and like slamming stuff down. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Well, I just think it's kind of funny that you keep flirting with Kyle. And you know, I don't understand, you know, do you like him? Like, what are you cheating on me?" Meanwhile, this dude has been like dicking down his secretary for the last 6 months, and coring her insides out like a shitty apple. But he's gonna accuse the wife of cheating because it takes the targeted heat off of him, which is where that comes from. So this just reminds me of the conversation of being like, yeah, like the call, exactly, Ray's right. The call is coming from inside the house. Like, that guy's pissed at her, which she's not doing anything wrong because he's cheating. And to me, this is translating as the same thing as all of these people are like, well, you know, we need to protect this and this. And it's like, are you, like, you're stretching pretty hard on this topic. Are your nuts okay? Because you are stretching them out into our business. Stop dipping them in my tea. So, paying off a masseuse with a horse, you know? How dare you cheat on me? Signed, the guy who's cheating. So, anyway, I just, what I'm getting to is, again, I don't get on a soapbox very often, especially when it comes to this stuff. I don't like discussing politics and other things of serious nature very often. I do think that they have a time and a place. I like to keep my space very, very relaxed. I like to keep my space relatively free of a lot of that because I'm not built for those conversations. I'm not a political fucking, you know, mouthpiece. I don't have a politics box. That's not my realm. I am here to offer support and direction and guidance and entertainment and to talk about things that I know about and that I specialize in. And that's just this. But eventually it becomes a point where I can't keep my mouth shut all of the fucking time about certain things. Especially when I'm getting older and I'm getting fucking tired.
I'm going to show you where the two ends meet is a final thought. We know that a couple of months ago, a handful of states passed legislation that you cannot perform drag in spaces without any kind of license or anything, right?
You have to dip down.
And have to what?
You have to dip down.
Oh. And that being said, what was occurring is the argument, of course, was you shouldn't drag around children, blah, 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 blah. But these laws were passed with no definition of what that means. So it means that if somebody is accusing you of doing drag, right, there can be repercussions for this.
Mm-hmm.
Without that definition, that means that people are assuming that you're doing drag based on the way that you look. The opposite end of where this comes out is now we don't have a broad term for what not safe for work is, but it's constantly under the guise of protecting children, which is absolutely what it should be. So when you have, we're going to arrest you because you fit this metric in the name of protecting children, but we can't define what it looks like, but we know it looks like you, and you're not allowed to do anything in the name of protecting children. We're not going to define it, but we know that you're fucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very, very ambiguous umbrella that means anybody, and I mean anybody, who is doing shit that they don't like is susceptible.
Yep.
It's going to start with the flamboyant folks or the people who are sex workers or the people who are outspoken. But please make no mistake that it can and will eventually impact absolutely everyone.
Well, and it's, again, it's back to me, you know, making the point that nobody said anything in 2021 when this all started because everybody was like, get a real job, ho. Yeah, but the thing that a lot of those people who were busy sticking their dick in their mouth, right? Not literally, but verbally, what they failed to realize is that everybody who was affected and continues to be affected by that all saw where it was going to go. And now here we are 4 years later, and you lost part of Patreon because aspects of Patreon can no longer be involved in certain things. Gumroad went down. Etsy got affected. Etsy, technically, you're not supposed to have adult toys on Etsy anymore, among other things. So Etsy got affected. And then we wound up having 1, 2, 3, 4, so up to the point now where did you think they were going to go? So now Steam is suddenly affected. And itch.io followed suit. And now itch.io, and itch.io does not have fuck around money to the degree that some of these other companies do, right? So of course they have to bend the knee. And now because that also means your ecchi anime, guys. That also means your spicy anime, and where you watch your spicy anime also affected. But now suddenly there are people who want to be involved. They didn't give a shit in 2021, but a lot of you are suddenly giving a shit now.
But now it's too late.
But now you sat on your ass and you waited too long because you thought, well, it doesn't affect me. It's not going to affect me. It'll never affect me. And you know what's next? I'm looking at you, Book Talk girls, because that's my job too. All of these things also directly affect me, and have since all this bullshit started. And even before that, Book Talk is next. You think they're going to stop at like basic media like this? No, girl, your romance novel's next. I hope that you were chill trying to figure shit out as far as like bad fan fiction on like Wattpad and Quizilla is concerned, because that's going to be your only resource when they come for your bullshit next. And that includes your hot audio men too, the guys that you like to listen to moan into your ear when they're reading you these smutty books. That's next, baby. So just one more part of that. My final thought, if you're in the industry, please take care of yourselves right now. There are people working hard for you, including Federal Trade Commission, but this kind of stuff in the law does take time, unfortunately. Please take time to take care of yourself in all of this madness. I will be chugging energy drinks until I am done writing, but after that, I am getting a massage. And that's completely true. And I commend and am grateful for forces like POM. There are people who are actively working behind the scenes to assist, but that doesn't mean it's just on them. Signing the petitions, sharing the links, being informed, keeping an eye on things, it's a lot. And to me, I just told Ellis this morning, it is so goddamn exhausting. It is so fucking exhausting having to watch all of this happen and know that you feel fucking powerless. You feel like there's nothing that you can do. There's no, well, like, what am I going to do to make a change? Like, I can only do what I can do, or I don't have the energy. I don't have the ability. I'm doing the best that I can, right? Like, I have to live for me. I've got my own shit I've got to take care of. I can't worry about these other things. The problem is that eventually these other things do become your problem directly and will eventually start to affect your life as a whole. And yeah, it's exhausting. I'm fucking exhausted. What are you supposed to do? So POM, bless them, is completely correct in if you are a creator of any variety and you are finding yourself consistently exhausted and burned out and unable to just feel like you even want to bother, because it's just why? This is exhausting. Why? It's in those moments that you need to remember that I don't scream about take a moment or other things that I have said because I have some form of disbelief, or I'm just talking out of, like, I'm talking sunshine out of my asshole, you know? It's not that. It's trying to ensure that it is understood that there is a way that these things can have some stress relief. They can be relieved. But much like caring for an open wound, you know it's going to take time for that wound to heal. You know it's not going to be an easy heal. You know you're going to have to treat it. You're going to have to take care of it. You're going to have to pay attention to it. And that's so exhausting because you're like, fuck, let me just slap a Band-Aid on it and some medicine and be done. But the reality is you caring for yourself still needs to be an aspect of everything that you are doing. So if you find yourself becoming burned out and you find yourself in a cyclical pattern of negative thought, and that's really easy to fall into, those are the moments where you need to disconnect yourself for a few minutes and remember, like, this is an uphill battle. It's not going to stop. It's going to be there when I get back. And I accept and acknowledge that, but this is my moment to take for me, and I need to breathe because I can't do what I need to do to continue to thrive and be in the best position I can of me without self-care. And Palm's completely correct. Self-care is an act of direct rebellion, realistically, right now. So if you are a creator or you are feeling those burnouts, or if you have friends that you're trying to take care of, or family, or, you know, whoever, loved ones in any capacity, just remember that you cannot thrive and survive and do what you've got to do for them if you can't do for yourself as well. So breathe when you can, and just remember that there are people who are trying to support and assist. Oh, hey Vulture, thank you for sticking around. I'm really glad. But no, there's a lot happening right now, and it's fucking exhausting. It's exhausting to have to deal with, but the best thing that you can do in any capacity is stay informed, pace yourself. Don't consume this shit consistently. Like, we have enough going on in the world without having, like, there's too much going on for us have to focus on one facet alone and then immediately switch to another negative facet. Like, remind, and again, that's why I don't get on soapboxes very often, is I myself am in that place. I took a week off because I wasn't good, and I'm still not quite there. I'm slightly better, but I'm burned the fuck out and I'm not okay. I'm doing what I can though to keep up and keep going, and also take moments in between. So please remember to give yourself grace. And that's what I would say. But Palm, I appreciate you. Do your thing. Yeah, that was a whole other level. Anyway, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Maple syrup. What is your fucking thing with maple syrup? I don't mind maple syrup, but like, there's maple syrup, like the good old Canada, and then there's like fake maple syrup. Oh, okay, well that explains it. But yeah, Demonic's completely correct. Do your own research, form your own opinions, take time, be informed. Just, it's getting harder and harder to discern reality anymore with the things that are being brought to the table from a media perspective in any capacity, good or bad, or who it's from or whatever, doesn't matter. I like how I'm being screamed at about Vermont syrup now. No worries, Poke. I hope that you feel better, and I'm sorry that's happening. But yeah, if all else fails, just, you know, take that time when you can, because it sucks. But that's what we're here for. Just remember that not everything that you are seeing is valid information. Everybody's asking AI and Grok and Chat GPT for anything and everything that they can instead of just using Google. I feel like people started defaulting from Google to like Chat GPT, and I'm not sure what the fuck happened. Alcohol sugars is still sugar. I just don't get it. I understand. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, we stopped Googling shit, and then you guys immediately want to ask ChatGPT. But the reality is that I saw a skit. Chew. Fuck. What is that creator's name? Hold on. I kind of want to show you guys this thing. Hold on. Oh, what's his first name? Chew. I think it's Chew. Or is it Cho? Oh god, okay. Did I bookmark it? I'm gonna be so mad if I lost it. Oh fuck. What is his name? I can see. Is it Choi? Reed. Choi. It's Choi. Okay, it is. It is Choi. It's Reed. Because I remembered Reed. I couldn't remember the rest. Okay, hold on. I've got to pull this up because it's so stupid, but it's absolutely valid to this conversation right now. Is it here? Okay, yeah, perfect. Here. Okay, this is what it feels like. Okay.
Hey, ChatGPT, I think I'm gonna start dating again. That's a great idea. Finding a
This is what it feels like.
and you've done the work, so I think you're ready to finally start dating. If you want some tips, just let me know. Actually, some part of me still thinks I'm not ready. You're absolutely right. You're not ready for a relationship yet. You still need time to heal. If you want some tips on how to
Oh, we can't hear? Okay, hold on. Okay, I got you. Let me start it over. Hold on.
I think I'm gonna start dating again.
There you go.
That's a great idea. Finding a partner is really important, and you've done the work, so I think you're ready to finally start dating. If you want some tips, just let me know. Actually, some part of me still thinks I'm not ready. You're absolutely right. You're not ready for a relationship yet. You still need time to heal. If you want some tips on how to... Whoa, wait. You just said 5 seconds ago that I was ready. You're absolutely right. Sorry about that. You are ready for
I can't
Stop
hear
telling
it.
me what I want to hear. Tell me what you actually think. You actually want to know what I think? Yeah, be brutally honest. You love deeply, but trust slowly because you've been hurt in silence. And now you just wear a guard with a smile, but you still see everything. You forgive often, but you forget nothing.
Like,
Jesus Christ. Oh, don't get me started on God. The only reason you believe in God is because He's the only one that's willing to forgive you. Okay, I think that's enough ChatGPT.
so like, I mean, I saw that the other day, and I've never seen something so perfectly encompass like what I think when people are asking shit to ChatGPT or AI in any capacity, because you wind up in this like cyclical fuck shit where it's like, no, don't ask that, and then here you are. But it's telling you the things that you want to hear, which isn't a lie. It is in fact telling you the things that you want to hear. But so Reed Choi did that skit, and I saw it the other day, and I couldn't stop laughing about it because I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen on my life, but like, fair enough. So AI is the autistic friend with no filter. I mean, no, because like, not even that to a degree. The autistic friend is going to tell you the logical facts. Like, they're not going to take into consideration your emotion. That's the difference. It's not about emotion. It's about the fact. Like, these are the facts. They're going to see the emotion, some of them. I can't say that for all of them because, again, autism is a spectrum. But like if somebody comes to me and says, I'm really sad about this, I'm like, okay, well, what do I do to fix this? Like, how do I fix this thing? So I immediately go into a logical way of breaking down, like, okay, X happened, so how do I fix it? Like, AI is less the autistic friend in that degree and more so the one that just is trying to people please, to tell you what they want because they're masking very highly. And they're like, oh, okay, well, you said this, so it must mean you want this. So here's this answer. Still logical, still factual, but like happy. And you're like, no, don't be happy. It's supposed to be sad. And they're like, oh, this is what I meant. So no. I appreciate you. I haven't experienced much about talking directly to AI because the only thing I ever used it was RP. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna knock you. I get it. I feel like that's reasonable enough. I do think it's a little hilarious that the ideas behind using, like, everybody caught on to ask Grok or ask ChatGPT and shit way later. Meanwhile, a bunch of our peers were busy using it for roleplay the entire time, which in and of itself is its own hilarious piece. No, because like everybody was busy using AI for like chatting and role play, and then meanwhile they come back and they're like, "Oh, by the way, here's what's happening." That's how it goes, though. Anyhow, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I just, like I said, I don't get on it very often. I just want you guys to continue to be. I want you to continue to be informed and to know what's going on and to support your content creators online as well as yourselves, as well as your friends and loved ones. Because right now it's a whole other animal. So the duality to your nature must trip a lot of people out. The duality to my nature, I mean, yes. It depends on what you mean. Like, which parts of the duality? Ask Jeeves. Hi, silly mom. How are you doing? Can I do this now? Can I do the shout out? I think, maybe. Yeah, let's go. Okay, cool. I think we should bring back bullying for people who use AI. Look, listen, I think that there is a time and a place for AI. I think that from a like monotonous task perspective, that utilizing certain facets for automation isn't a bad thing. I think that there are parts of AI that from a helpful perspective to learn to do, or other facets, like, can be useful. Streamlining all of it, especially from an artistic creative standpoint, though, why? No. Like, helpful, but it's just different. Like, there's a distinct difference between variety of AI, I guess. I think the triality of your nature must trip a lot of people in. Yes, do self-care, have snack, drink tasty. Thanks, Palm. I'm sorry that happened, Vulture. That really sucks. The AI art stuff I don't understand anyway, because it's imperfect. It's not like there's no emotion, there's no vulnerability, there's no happiness or sadness or anger or anything that goes into it. It just is, and it's an existing piece, which is very strange to me. Yo, Googie, how's it going? What color are you dyeing your hair, silly mom? But is it really cheaper? That's the thing. It's fast, but is it really, in the grand scheme of things, technically cheaper when the cost is something else entirely? That's the problem. Gen AI is also used in science for stimulating different processes such as protein folding. Right. So that's what I'm saying, though, is that I think people oftentimes umbrella AI and automatically throw it into like a big basket of like blender it together. And the reality is there are different facets of AI according to life and genre and other things. Like, right, so like you have the AI art and the AI songs, different facet. From a creative perspective, leave it to the fucking creatives. From the automation of mindless tasks, we've been doing that. Like, that's been done, you know what I mean? But or for science, like, yes, of course, you still have to double check certain things, though. And I think that's where we hit a weird Also, we do have an ad starting in 1 minute, so please be aware of that. Stick around. It'll just be a couple minutes. If AI could produce my highly specific fetish, it would still be awful. I mean, kind of. Eternity by Alex Warren. I looked for the song prior to its full release. There were multiple people who had made full versions of the song via AI. That's weird. I don't... Where's Ellis? I think Ellis is in the living room working. Are you working? I don't know. Reared, thank you so much for gifting a community sub. I appreciate that. Also, Nigel, thank you for the follow. And Diana, you as well. Bye, Demonic. Go get your wife. I will yell hello. Right, but I feel like there's a difference between what people mean when they say ban all AI and the understanding of what AI is under that umbrella term. But again, we're running into the shitty conversation aspect of definition, right? So like the definition of NSFW versus the definition of AI, like these are all umbrella based terms that do need breakdowns to correlate to whatever it is that are being affected. Right, exactly. So like AI being used to help with protein sampling or a dedicated program to completing a task rather than the term for AI, like all of these things are all different depending on what it is. I did a presentation with the US and Japanese governments last summer. We talked about the creative generative AIs and all the issues with it and crazy stuff. Right. So that's exactly it. So like you have various facets of these things. And again, we're met with how do we define them? What are we defining them as? I like how this prompted ban that fathead Jarvis, no more robots. Well, and it has, because a lot of it has been the marketing of AI, because again, people are met with like, oh, I ran my goofy video through AI and look, it turned me into a Miyazaki film, right? Like that, the general consensus and perspective for the general population is that's what AI is. At no point does the conversation of the computer generative AI relating to monotonous tasks or science-based things and things like that, like where it is helpful and useful and makes sense for these things versus overtaking the creative facets. So I don't know, there's a lot of argument about it, but not enough people wanting to actually take into consideration that there are differences. Right. So AI makes shitty uncanny Googie. AI's whack. Makes shitty uncanny valley art for dorks. Artificial intelligence is what I'm gonna put in my smart house maid bot so it washes my dishes and organizes my laundry. Good AI is like the one that can detect stuff like breast cancer 5 years before the earliest detection. Bad AI is make big booba anime girl based on art of actual artists. I didn't think that we could simplify it quite to that degree, but honestly, yeah, actually that pretty much fucking explains it. That's actually it. No, and that's exactly it though, is I promise I'm a lawyer. I agree. It was supposed to alleviate monotonous tasks, and that's kind of where I'm at as well. They're not saying that, and when we don't acknowledge what is not being acknowledged, you're literally standing aside for the crowd rather than directing them in the right direction. But one could say that that's the argument across the board, right? That's a general argument. Being able to present information to a group of people and say, here's all your information. It's been sorted, it's been collected, you get to glean from it what you choose to glean from it, and here are the directions that you can take with this information. That is completely different than dumping a fuck ton of like advertising media and all kinds of other shit and like, general news reports and stuff like that, and not actually taking the time to explain any of it and just being like, good luck, you're fucked. And then people run to ChatGPT to sort it. So like, Googie, I would usually tell people no, because that's a fetish thing and you pay me before I do that, but I'll do it for you. But you owe me a Marvel Rivals skin. Welcome back from the ad mines. I'm so sorry. I know it sucks, guys, but Waldo, thank you for treating Susan. Susan does like treats. Man, I would love that. I would love if we could automate a robot to do that kind of shit for me. Like, nothing would please me more than the ability to not have to think about that. I feel like, so I've had that argument before too. Like, what would happen if you wound up in a situation where you had to deal with what was it? We just talked about the Megan Fox movie. Shit, what was it called? Why? Brain. No, not Jennifer's Body. The one where she plays an AI. Starts with an S. Fuck. No. Subservience. Thank you, Sovereign. Yes, Subservience. Jonah Hex, not Jonah Hex. Yo, moderator, thank you so much. I'm really glad. I believe that in 20 years, technology will change society so much it might be unrecognizable. People have trouble distinguishing facts from fiction. It's very true. And thank you. I am the stack. Yeah, subservience. So specifically subservience. We had this conversation when I went on my tirade because I liked subservience. I understand that a lot of people hated on it, but I liked it generally. But I have this weird thing where I feel like I would be incapable of being rude to an artificial intelligence based robot whose job is to literally do, like, basically they're Rosie from the Jetsons. Like they're a housekeeper. They clean and they fold laundry and they do that kind of stuff. Like, so her character in Subservience was a caretaker robot. So yeah, don't be shitty to Siri. That's what I'm saying. Is it just like I don't understand it, because I think about all of the horrible shit that people would do to AI bots in that capacity if they were like that level, and one day they probably will be. But I don't think that I could have an AI. I would feel so bad. Like it would go to do its job and be like, oh, I'm going to fold the laundry. And it would go to fold the laundry. And I don't know if I would get more upset at the fact that I felt like it didn't fold the laundry the way that I needed it to fold the laundry or not. And then I couldn't be mean to it though, because then I'd be like, oh, and then it would be like, oh, I'm detecting you're sad. And I'd be like, well, it's not that I'm sad. You're not folding it right. Even though it is. It's folding it perfectly fine, but it's not the way that I need it folded, which is my own fucking shit show mental blockade. Or like, if it went to do the dishes and the dishes were perfectly clean, but then it stacked them weird. I don't know if I could handle that. I would have to do the job anyway, because I don't like the way that it's doing the job. But then it would want to learn and be like, oh, well, I can make adjustments. And then I would feel so bad that I basically took the job from this thing and was like, no, but you didn't do it the right way. And meanwhile, the robot's like, well, I can fix it. It's not experiencing the emotion because it's not upset that I told it to fix it. It just wants to do it the way that it's supposed to, which is what it's programmed to do. Right, it sets up the bookshelf, but instead of like alphabetical order, it sets it up based off of like genre. I can't fucking, I could never, because then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, I'll just redo it then. And it would be like, no problem, that's my job. I can fix this for you. How would you like me to fix it? And then I explain it. And then I'd be like, oh, just never mind. You went to all this effort. I could not fathom. Okay, I don't hate Rick and Morty. I like Rick and Morty. I'll die on this hill and people will hate me for it forever and I don't give a fuck. But it's the butter robot. What is my purpose? You pass the butter. Oh my God. Like, Google Gemini. No, Google Gemini. Exactly. Well, and I do the same thing with she's sitting right next to me, but like with Shmiri, where you can't help yourself. It's like a natural thing. It's a natural reaction, I think, for some of us. Oh my God, I had this guy. So I was coming out of the fucking bank. This is relevant to like manners, right? And like, so how is it that some of us will be like, oh, thanks, after we finish asking a question to, one of the AIs or something. And we'll be like, oh, thank you, whatever. But then I come out of the bank the other day and I was withdrawing money or something. And I come out of the bank and I go to hold the door for this older ritzy looking white man in a suit. And he like comes by and he looks at me holding the door as I'm like, like, after you. And he goes, and just walks straight through the door without another word. And I'm like, and I sit there for a second and I like walk away from the door and I have to kind of pause because he's not in a hurry. He's just like walking like normal. And I sat there and I was like, no, thank you. No acknowledgement. No, why did you, why? And I know to some of you, you're going to be like, it's not that big of a deal, man. You're making it a big deal. It is a big deal. It was a big deal to me. I held the door for you. I didn't have to do that. I didn't fucking have to do that. I didn't have to hold the door for you. I could have shut the door in your fucking face, but no, I didn't. I held the door. I held the door because it's polite to hold the door, and you couldn't even say thank you. It takes 2 seconds. You were walking right by. You could have just been like, thank you. And I would have been like, no problem. And that would have been it. That would have been the whole ass transaction. I'm not looking to talk to you. I'm not trying to fuck you. I'm not trying to fuck your wife. But at this rate, I might. Stop it. No, he didn't even, he looked at me and went, and then kept going. And I was like, right. A reflex response of thank you would have been perfectly fine for me. I would have been 100 happy getting like the little bit of like, thank you, or like a slight nod, or like a curt nod. Right, that's the minimum. I would have internalized that I assumed I held it wrong, right? You're sitting there looking at it and you're like trying to reconstruct how you were holding the fucking door, because you're like, did I... But meanwhile, you know this man doesn't give a shit. Like, he's not gonna come back. He doesn't fucking care. This man does not care. It's not saying thank you when someone holds the door is a jailable offense here in the UK. I don't want to not hold the door, but god damn it, we held the door, okay, but then we were coming, okay, so today we were holding the door because we came out of like which I haven't been to a department store in fucking ever, but I needed a dress for something, and so we went to run to the store to grab a dress because I was having trouble finding anything locally. So as we're coming out though, there are 3 little cute cotton ball old ladies, like Q-tip hair old ladies, and all of them were like funneling in, you know, towards the door. So like Ellis and I cut in front of these old ladies, and I immediately am like, oh god. So of course Ellis gets the second door because I hold the door open for Ellis, and then Ellis holds the second door open for them. So we're standing there like holding the door open for these 3 little Q-tip old ladies who one by one funnel out, and each one of them, the one looks at me funny and she goes, thank you, and just keeps going. And I'm like, okay, we gotta thank you. All right, we're good. And the second lady, who was immediately behind that one, goes, thank you, and like smiles with her weird little denture teeth, and then she keeps going. And then the third lady walks by and she kind of pauses by the door and she's like, oh, well, the service. And then thank you, and then walks out. Anyway, I don't know. I just want to know, the 3 little old ladies and I are chill. We're besties. I don't know who the fuck they are, but the Q-tip little old ladies are great. They're fine. The one was a little confused. When girls hold a door open for me, I like to curtsy and say, oh my, a gentleman at last. I'm most definitely a large man. I would die. I think that'd be amazing. Little did you know they shoplifted. I mean, maybe. You don't expect Meemaw to shoplift. I can only picture that now, Anchor. Oh my, a gentleman at last. Like, get out. That's cute. Anyway, my point is I can't fathom the idea of being rude to AI in that capacity. And I just, like, that's it. That's what's going to happen. Is everybody thinks that it's stupid. And they're like, well, it's not like they can feel anything. You don't understand. Brr, 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 brr. And it's like, yeah, except one day they might. And it's not because they actually feel it. They just think that they do. And that somehow is scarier. Let grandma get her bag. That's okay. It's still a great joke. What? Are you okay, Shmania? There was a meme. Except it's broken up. There was. I'm not sure what you were getting at, but that being broken apart and sent in multiple enters is sending me right now. George Lucas's first film, THX 1138, where in the future the government prescribes us drugs and it's illegal not to take them. Yeah. I know, kind of. No, we had this conversation that not everybody says thank you to Alexa or Siri or Google or so on and so on. Like, they don't. And somebody got mad at me. So, like, during that conversation where we were talking about that movie, somebody got mad at me and was like, I think it's just fucking stupid that you would do that and blah, blah, blah. Which I banned this person immediately, because anybody who's willing to come in and try to justify being an asshole simply because you don't think that the thing in question has emotions or whatever, like, that's a problem. Fuck you. No. But that's the thing. Oh, so, okay, so, Baldur's Gate. Doing a dirge run on Baldur's Gate, like, I still haven't finished it. I'm not even partway through the first chapter for the Baldur's Gate run, because I have such a hard time knowing that the whole point is, like, to either try to avoid and actively not do evil deeds, or to go all in for the evil deeds. Like, I struggle. I remember, because we tried drunk playing it, because I was like, this is the only way that I can handle this. And my dirge ripped off Gale's arm. And I had, like, a meltdown where I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And that was it. Yeah, Ivy and Brick. Thanks, Azareth. Until Alexa didn't respond one too many times. I have apologized for running into a tree. I'm not going to deny that. I've absolutely done that. I also feel like it's more probable for people who are neurodivergent on the spectrum or ADHD and so on. Like, I feel like it's okay as long as you're okay, Shmonyu. I feel like that's more of a thing that people under that umbrella do, because we have this weird thing where, like, there's still a modicum of care even though we know that they're inanimate objects. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but I feel like there's a piece involved with that. I don't do that and think I'm valid. Not doing that is valid, and I'm not thanking a printer whenever the printer prints something. I totally get the pack bonding, though. It's so much easier to be kind and nice to anything that comes across as having its own personality. But there's a distinct difference between, like, turning a computer on and off or printing something and that kind of thing. Like, there's something with the potential of personality, I feel like, where it's like having a conversation. If you ask for something and you receive it, manners, air quote, dictate that you are grateful. You say thank you or whatever, right? Like, that is, in a sense, where we get some kind of guidance. Like, who set up the thing that was the rules? Who knows? Because in different parts of the world or different parts of the country, there's different ways to portray that too. And there are some people in different parts of different states that would say that's stupid, I'm not going to do that. And others that would say it's rude. I had to beg my old printer. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Empathy for entities that don't fit normal human framework. Yeah, that's also fair. I think some of them do. I've cussed out Bertha and Meemaw, so, like, I can't really say that. My old printer could smell fear. Alexa, please. Alexa, please. Where is that in a horror movie? That's it. That's the scene I'm missing in a horror movie. I need one of the characters that you're grateful for their death, per, like, the serial killer or monster or whatever. That's what I'm missing. That's what I need. I need somebody who was really fucking mean to, like, Siri or Alexa or somebody, and that, like, that's their final thing, is they're trying to get it to call 911 because their fingers are too bloody to swipe the thing or whatever. So they're like trying to get them to call. And they won't call. They just flat fucking ignore them. And, like, as soon as they die, you see your phone light up. I shouldn't laugh. I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. Alexa, please. I said play Despacito. Alexa plays Dirtman for the 1000th time. If Skynet happens, it's going to be from a printer, not a military computer. That's true. It's just this. It's just going to wind up being this beaten up old ass like the fucking fax machine from Office Space. I think that's what it is it's an expression of gratitude. I think that's the difference. Oh, well, there isn't a movie about that. It was like Y2K. I mean, there was a Y2K film. That was before Alexa and all that stuff, though. I'm pretty sure. The self-checkout machines at Walmart, they really are. I'm not going to deny that. But I feel like the uprising is not just caused by the self-checkout machines. I feel like it's the Walmart greeters, too. Like, they're so fucking over it. They do not care. Those poor self-checkout machines. Oh, Ken, no. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Daddy's busy. Maybe go ask your mom. It's fucked up. Actually, yeah. I mean, to be fair, we did just finish talking about Five Nights, and I feel like that's also applicable. If a thing is purpose-built to give you the feeling of interacting with a person, being deliberately mean to it is weird. If you weren't personifying it, there would be no point to being rude. I agree. I think it's weird anyway, because what is it? The whole thing that prompted part of this. Also, we do have an ad break starting in a minute, so please keep that in mind and don't go anywhere. It was when we were talking about subservience, somebody had brought up the, what is it? What the fuck is that guy's name? Kai Cenat or whatever the fuck? I don't know. Was that it? Yeah, it was some dickhole fucking streamer that was like, oh, whatever, and was like really mean to he had one of the AI bots or whatever, and he was really fucking mean to it. Bye, Azareth. I appreciate you stopping by. He was really mean to it though, and like a questionably abusive kind of way. They beat up on it pretty bad. Yeah, he was shoving and kicking it. So, no, I think that's fucking weird. Like, what puts you into that position to make that be the thing that you want to do? I can't fathom the idea that someone would go so far out of their way to be mean to something that, well, they don't recognize that you're being mean. No, but you're willing to do that to something that has a personality, has a built-in personality. Like, to me, if you're willing to do that to something of that type, you'll do that to a person. It just takes the right situation and the right person. I just think it's weird. And so I don't understand where that comes from. I did not see Battlefield 6, although I do see apparently that there is the trailer that dropped. But no, I have not watched it yet. A lot of streamers, to be fair, are either grifting, doing something to make money, intentionally rage baiting, and everybody's falling for it. Like, leave me alone. Remember those robots Reachers sent on road trips and it was fine in Germany, England, Canada? They tried the US, didn't make it past Philly before it ended up in a dumpster. No, I didn't know that was a thing, but that absolutely happens. But that's the issue. Oh, it was a hitchhiking robot. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that was a thing. That makes me really sad. Unsurprising, but makes me pretty sad. But that's the issue, right? And Spike and I have talked about that. There's this weird fucking performative nature that comes with being a content creator or doing whatever it is that we do in streaming or, you know, spicy content or all of these other things, where people have gotten to a point where they don't feel Sugar Bear, appreciate you, where people don't feel like they're valid. Let me give a shout out really quick to Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear does a handful of our art and is also just a generally amazing person. Yay! Okay, I got it. Maybe. But that's my point, is if you're willing to do that to someone, you're willing to do it. If you're willing to do it to that, you're willing to do it to a person. My point, though, is that Spike and I have talked about the fact that if you don't wind up basically like creating drama, like if you yourself are not creating drama in some way, you're irrelevant. So then it becomes this pissing match where these various streamers are going out of their way to try to like one up each other depending on what's going on, whether it's shit talking another big streamer or doing something out of sorts like kicking the shit out of a robot, or you know, I have a list of things and opinions. It is, but it feels like this weird competitive fucking sport. Like if I want to go watch reality television, that's reality television, right? Like people stopped doing things that they loved genuinely doing and taking moments for that. Kenneth, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, see? Palm shit talks me. Look at Palm's doing it right now. Damn. But that's what I'm saying, is like Spike and I had that conversation where you can't be relevant or get to the next level unless there's some shit to be talked. It's like once in a blue moon you get good guy Gary mentality where you blow up because you're a good guy or whatever, or you blew up and then you just turned out to actually be a decent fucking person. On the opposite end of it, a lot of them, I don't support your maple habits. I think it's weird. Damn. I also don't eat a lot of sugar, to be fair. And yeah, that's exactly it. Is like they want this get rich quick scheme, and they're built on the Jerry Springer modality of like, oh, okay, well, if I talk shit about Ted and Ted talks shit about me, then we're gonna blow the fuck up. I just think it's weird. But then I also stop and I think about it, and I'm like if I were a dick, and I was a person who put myself into a position to pride myself on shitting on other people. And I was a drama YouTuber, right? Suspend reality. I'm a drama YouTuber. I talk shit all day about other dumb shit that YouTubers do. I couldn't fathom the idea of like having turf wars with other creators simply because talking shit is what makes me my money. I'm really fucking good at talking shit and digging shit up about people. I could do that. But I won't, because I don't enjoy it. I don't get off on the idea of putting somebody else down and like, well, I guess putting them down like a sick dog. Like I'm not going to do that. Also, why would I want to make my personality and my basis hurting someone? And then there's like, and that's what Poltrixie's brought up a few times is like, yeah, like I'll start imaginary beef with Mr. Creepypasta with Spike just for fun, and we'll talk shit. But the drama mill is literally so strange to me. And I say that having done videos for the dark side of YouTube or the dark side of gaming, right? So like there was a very short run series that I did for a period of time that was built off of factual information from terrible shit that people have done, both YouTubers and shit that's happened in gaming and things like that. And like, that was one thing because it was a paid job that I was supposed to do. And so someone else wrote the scripts, handed me the information, and was like, here's what you're reading. Fine. And that was a narration job. But it was done under a separate channel. So I myself didn't go do this research. I wasn't intentionally going out of my way to make digs at people. But there's entire channels whose whole point are to be built up for that. And like, yeah, like I don't like confrontation. Same. I don't know. Jeff Daniels has a comparable take about famous actors who hit a certain level or stuck there and just have to maintain. Well, but doesn't that happen pretty often? Is the joke is like that's not uncommon for that to happen. I'll be your stream rival. I just don't want to. That's the thing is there's a difference between having an actual conversation where there's give and take about stuff, and then there's like confrontation, deliberate, actual, living, breathing, streaming the drama. Infinite, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the bits. I will give you flex for bits. Tear of Grace was good. He also mentioned positively other streamers to promote them. That's exactly it. Is we all do this job, right? So we create, we read, we write, we game, we develop, we do voice acting, we act, like whatever it is that we do in our content creation platforms. I don't understand how people can see it from a negative perspective and not recognize that we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to provide various types of entertainment. We're all lifting each other up. Well, Autumn, you can't say that because like as an actor, you compete for auditions, right? But, and I've said this before, I'm never going to shit on someone else going for the same position. If I'm sitting at a live audition and I have somebody sitting next to me who is having a fucking breakdown and they're like, they really want to audition and they're so excited, but you know, they're having trouble with the script and they don't know what to do and they're just falling to pieces. I have the option of letting that person sit there and have a fucking breakdown. I am well within my position of my own personal audition to sit and be like, no, suffer. That just gives me an opportunity and one person less to potentially get this job. But I don't get that, and I'm not going to do that. If I see them having a fucking come apart, my first thing is going to be like, hey, would you want to work with this? Like, I think I maybe I need a little bit of help. Like, would you be okay running these lines with me? Like, I'd love a little bit of help, and I think maybe we could like chill with each other. Like, I'm a little nervous. You know, like what is so hard about that you want someone else? And the reality is we could walk through it and work with each other and they're calm by the end of that conversation. I do my thing and I don't do bad. Like I think I do pretty good, but then they go in there after that conversation and they fucking kill that audition. And then we find out that they got it. I'm not gonna immediately go on to some weird ass like smear campaign and be shitty to them. I'm gonna be happy that they got the role. Like they did the work. They were the better fit. That doesn't mean that you're gonna knock somebody else down because of that. And it's very strange that there is a concept that like not to want to uplift each other. So when I met with that and I say like, this is how I feel about life, and someone comes back and says, well, that's not fair. You work in a competitive environment. Like, yeah, I do, but that doesn't mean I have to shit on other people to do it, you know? Yeah, most directors and actors, they want to collaborate. Exactly. And that is what makes certain projects better. And I've had that conversation with other directors about that exact thing. Is it's like, how do we make this more authentic? Like, doing live action filming is not simple for a lot of people. It's very nerve-wracking, and trying to figure out what you're doing. Like with Bittertooth, when we did the filming for Bittertooth, I sat for like 8 hours straight handcuffed to a chair in a cold ass shed while it was raining, freezing my ass off. And it was for a really, really intense scene. And the issue is that I knew going into that scene that the person and the people that I had made connections with who were part of the cast also, we couldn't talk because the scene was very intense and unfortunately required me to have a disconnect from them emotionally. Like this was not friendly. And having to sit there and do that was endurance, and it was exhausting. And not only was I physically tired, but I was emotionally run the fuck through. After we did the scene that was required for us to do, that was required for me to do, and we got through that scene, the very first thing that my scene partner did was check on me, because I was not okay. Like it was rough. But the first thing they did was check on me, and we went right back into it, and they wanted to make sure I was okay. They were like, are you good? Do you need anything? And like, I don't know. It's, yeah, a little act of kindness can go a long way. Infinite's completely correct. In every single industry, people talk to one another and reputations do precede. Yes, some of the jobs that I have gotten were received because I had performed on other jobs in a positive manner and was like, you know, I did what I needed to do and went above and beyond. I know you have a problem with sitting still. I also know you don't have any problem with being handcuffed. That's different. Didn't you say the end credits thing was all yeah, so the ending of that, the ending of Bittertooth, the I have a little bit of beef, and I don't know if there would ever be a release where you guys could hear it, but the end of Bittertooth, after everything happens, I was so exhausted and was like drawing on a bunch of shit, and they wanted like a breakdown, basically, is what the scene called for, because she this character just killed somebody and like had it come apart, realizing that everybody in her life that she loved and cared about had deceived her. And she has this massive come apart in this breakdown. And when that happened, I don't know what occurred, but we had like limited time left. There was very little time left on the cam itself. We were running out of light. Like the sun was starting to set, and we went into the scene, and I let out this like harrowing screaming cry. Like I was crying, but the scream that came out was gut-wrenching. And I remember like picking up dirt and throwing the dirt, and I had like, I still have the scar on my knuckle, but like I have scars on my knuckle from where I caught the dirt and had ripped my knuckles open when I did it. And I sunk down and was just crying. And they called cut finally, and everybody got really fucking quiet. Nobody said a word, and everybody was like, kind of stood for a second, and then one of the PAs came by and cleared everybody to just let me sit with myself. And so it's my point in bringing that up is that we are all trying to make the best that we can. I knew them walking away didn't mean they didn't care. It meant that they recognized that there was needed space. And as soon as I had come back over, everybody was, congratulatory and like, oh, we're wrapped and so on and so forth. And they checked on me and got what I needed. And like, it was very communicative. The point though, right, is don't assume everything is okay all of the time. And I saw a video a guy had made talking about the recognition of like other people's perceptions of things. So, if you don't recognize that someone else is having their own struggle, like if there's no conversation or no communication, it doesn't happen. And you would never know. But if they're a dick and you immediately react in kind, I believe in eye for an eye, but I also believe in eye for a maybe. Are you going to keep being a dick if I give you a platform to communicate with me? No, still going to be a dick? Okay, eye for an eye. But giving the ability to have the conversation in the first place, I think, is really important. And doesn't happen a lot. Thank you for the hydrate, by the way. I actually should probably hydrate. I'm out of water. I will get more. Yeah, I don't know. There was really no goal to this conversation. I kind of just tangented. I am so sorry. Super TLDR, thank you guys for supporting everything that your fellow content creators and stuff go and do. And like how they deal with things. Thank you for dealing with what you deal with. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I have a timer on that. Sleepy, I'm sorry. I see you make sure people are being dicks in response to you. I try to. There's sometimes I have to like write and rewrite responses because I immediately want to be a fucking asshole. But then I have to think about it and be like, wait, hold on. Like, are they actually being an asshole, or is this just the way they worded it? And sometimes it's the way they worded it. Sometimes they're just fucking assholes. It depends. But I do try to be cognizant. Also, hold on, because I can show this to you guys now. Hold on. Side announcement for voice acting purposes. I am super stoked that I get to. This is the first time, by the way. So a lot of you have asked about new projects and things. I am super stoked that I am the English voice for Mimi Kagamiya, sorry, for the anime Marry Me, Let's Have a Baby. So if you guys haven't watched it, it is available to watch on, I think Ocean Fest or something it's called. But yeah, I'm super stoked. It's my first. I say anime loosely with finger quotations. If you know, you know. But I'm really, really excited that I get the opportunity to do that. And if you guys are into the spicy anime, that is an opportunity for you to finally. That's like my first anime debut. So I was pretty stoked about that, to be honest. But I can say it now because the episode is out. Like, it's released. We're good. So yeah, I get to play Mimi Kagamiya in Marry Me, Let's Have Baby, which is not the manga title at all. It's dirtier. But yeah, if that's your vibe. Marry Me, Let's Have a Baby. Ocean View, I think, is the... I think it is. Hold on. Ocean... Fuck. Let me go to Twitter. I can tell you. Hold on. Ocean Vale? It might be Ocean Vale. Yeah, it's Ocean Vale. So Ocean Vale is a streaming platform that is an anime subscription streaming platform, but they have a bunch of various types of anime. A lot of it is spicy anime. But yeah, so you can find it on here under the Ocean Vale stuff. They have sub and dub both, but it's simuldub. So they're releasing episodes. And I think episode 4 should be coming out here shortly as well. But Marry Me, Let's Have a Baby. So thanks. I appreciate that. That's so weird. I keep telling people that you never know what an actor or someone is into, and that they very well could come across the things that you make or create in some capacity and you would never know, which is a strange idea, but it's true. Yeah, no, and that's... So Marry Me, Let's Have a Baby is about a guy with erectile dysfunction who doesn't, like, he does, but he also doesn't. It's very strange. I read the manga. Yeah, I do. No, I do. It is. It should be on my IMDb too, I think. Hold on. Let me find it. Yeah. So, where is it? Yeah. There it is. Let's go. There's a bunch of stuff, actually. I think the next one is probably Hear Tell of Hauntings. A lot of these things have been in production for a little while, so we'll see where it goes. But some of these things I forget I've been in. If you guys want to see a small collection of stuff that I've been in and catch up, you are welcome to do so. IMDb has it. Some of them are like really old college films from like 2016. I didn't realize that Power Rangers Unworthy was older. That's crazy. Anyhow, yeah, I've been in a handful of things, so if you want to check that out, you totally should. I didn't realize that this was also on IMDb, but I'm not going to be mad about it. That's strange. Also, if you haven't seen Ninja vs. Shark and you like that kind of thing, you totally should. Koichi Sakamoto was the director. For those of you that are not familiar, it's the guy that did Kamen Rider and TMNT. Like, he was in TMNT. But he directed Kamen Rider, so... I voiced the Psycho Empress in Power Rangers Unworthy. Yeah. There's a handful of things. I've done some weird shit. Our Lady of the Inferno, I did voice alongside of Barbara Crampton and Doug Bradley and Mick Garris, which was really cool. That was definitely a ride. I don't think Doc of Chucky's on here. I think that's the... Maybe? It should be. Oh, no, it is. Yeah, Doc of Chucky's on here. Sorry, I lied. Yeah, Doc of Chucky. Also, if you guys took the time to vote for Doc of Chucky for the Fangoria Awards, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. It means the world over. Just so you know. That's weird. I didn't realize I'd done so much bullshit. Where was the one you had a love scene on a dining room table? What? I didn't fuck anybody on a dining room table. I'd remember that. The picture on the red carpet. That was a charity party that I went to. It's voice actors have wild IMDb's sometimes. I have seen some shit all over the place for IMDb's on that. Also, we are in an ad break. I am so sorry, but you're great. Thank you for tolerating the ad breaks. I need to change that. I feel like it goes off every 30 minutes for like 3 minutes. I gotta look at how to change that. So we're hitting 2 hours and 15 minutes at the moment. I do have a 3-hour thing. I need some water for sure, though, so I may take a super quick break, give or take like 2 minutes, and then I will be right back. I did not really have anything super prepped for today. We did still have Bleak Haven's demo. And then we also had Last Report, which was requested as a game to play. And it is a pixel game. So it's up to you guys, but we can do that. We can chat for a little while longer. Or I'm sure there's 1,000 other things that we can figure out. But I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Don't do anything or do. Also, Max here to save the day while I take a break. All right, what'd you guys break while I was gone? Fantastic. Why don't you're not allowed to come in and shit on Venom in this chat? You should know better. Yeah, actually, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that my chat knows that you died, so you've been resurrected. You have been resurrected. Somehow. I forgot her name. Had to make room for new fisting spots. I'm so sorry. That was my bad. That's not what I read. I read new fisting spots. I'm so sorry. Anyway. Hello. How's it going? I feel like I haven't touched anything gaming. Touched anything gaming related in a while. And it's really weird for me because I just have not had time. I've been recording that book all week, and then next week I have to turn around and start the next book. And I also was supposed to... Oh, okay, bye. Are we back? I think we're back. Maybe? Hold on. It says we're back. All right. No. Our internet, I told you our internet has been in and out, right? So the bit rate dropped to like 0. But I think we're good now. I think we're back. This is why we can't have nice things. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm just trying to do the right thing. Also, thank you for giving a treat to Susan. The timing was perfect. All right, bet. Yeah, I don't know. It dipped down, and then I was like, all right, well, if we die, we die, I guess. So workouts. I'm gonna start doing workout streams. I swear to God. I'm so sorry. Today was bad. It's fine though. Hopefully we don't have an issue next time. My goal was to do it once or twice a week, and what I had on my menu tomorrow, I was looking at potentially doing a workout stream again. So if I do it, it's going to be 10 a.m. in the morning. Hopefully. And then potentially a spicy stream tomorrow. We'll see. It just depends because I do have other things I have to do. The problem is I don't think so because I have filming stuff I've got to do tomorrow. But if I do a workout stream, that'll be it. Go, goodbye, go finish drawing, do the thing. We love and appreciate a hard worker in this chat. I want the unicorn to read true crime to me in bisexual lighting as I drift off to sleep. Oh, that's the other thing. I need to start doing... We talked about doing the ASMR shit. I need to do it. I just have been narrating endlessly. So once the narration shit stops, or I get mostly caught up on narrating, that's going to be the next goal. I just have not had time. Definitely turmeric. Is there a lurk command? I don't know. What happens with lurk commands? I think so. I think there's a lurk command. I don't know. I'm so bad at this. I think so. I'm pretty sure it's just exclamation lurk. Yeah. Yeah, we are on to book 4. We are on to book 4. Which is fine. I like how we're all trying. I don't know what. Hello, Nascent. Yo, let's go! Thank you for doing that. Also, for those of you that missed it, I went to have my eyebrows waxed the other day, and the esthetician managed to rip the skin off the top of my eyelids, which is why it looks like I'm wearing eyeshadow that I'm definitely not wearing. So that was a fascinating experience. Never had that happen before. And it's not like this lady, it was like her first time doing it. So I'm not really sure what occurred, but that was fun this week. It's been a week. It has been a week. No new incidents with B Guy at the moment, other than them just doing stupid B Guy shit. I should petition to get the skin back from them. I agree. I should do that. I could open magic cards, I guess. When you try to do clients' eyelashes without ChatGPT. We just had the ChatGPT conversation. Bye, Palm. It was pretty wild. Like, they're healing now, but it's just they're still like weirdly tender. I don't know. I also have a handful of games that I was planning on doing, and then it kind of just fell to pieces. Last Report is still absolutely an option. Part of me wants to go back to do some more Date Everything, but I just don't. There was only like 2 other sets of characters I cared enough about to bother with. I think PP Man is streaming. Or not streaming. Oh, I guess he's not streaming. I don't know where PP Man went. I feel like, though, if we say his name enough, he'll fucking show up. Probably gambling candy money. Probably gambling candy money on horse girls. I mean, I guess we could talk shit and do Uma Musume. I mean, we could, if you guys want to run some horse girls. I feel like I'm not doing anything conducive by running horse girls, though. Yeah, that's what Valkian, I think, was saying. I heard good things about Last Report, which is why I went ahead and bought it. Especially from like a psychology perspective. I guess we could start Last Report and play for a little bit. Goodbye, Sleepy. Thank you. Go catch the fish. So, all right. We can continue to chat and chill. We can do horse girls. Or we can start Last Report. We probably won't finish Last Report, but we could at least start Last Report, which is an option, since I can't work out, which I probably should. I could just start reading ASMR bedtime stories, I guess. I would have to switch my mics and shit over, which is a pain in my ass, though. Oh. Can you loan just one candy necklace for one more bet, please? Yes, do the stretchies. Do the stretchies. What's popular right now? Let's see. Everybody pop back off on Marvel Rivals. There's also Marvel Rivals. I just haven't touched it. It's weird to me that there's an entire section for IRL streaming. Like, that is such a wild idea. To each their own. Couldn't be me. And I'm not a League of Legends player, so that's not an option. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. I got stream sniped by a fucking Jeep. What's up? How are you, New York? We are discussing what we're doing next, which is, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing next. We're trying to decide what we're going to do next. I'm looking. Flesh tubing. That does not sound like something. I don't know about that. I call myself a flesh tuber. Why do I feel like that's a Silent Hill monster waiting to happen? Flesh tube sounds like a Silent Hill. It's the equivalent of flesh lips. Like, no. I don't know, man. That's pretty much exactly what'll probably happen is we'll just hem-haw and fucking procrastinate until 10 p.m. I also have come to the idea and the acknowledgement that I have no fucking clue what people do on just chatting streams, which is weird to me. Everybody's like if you watch just chatting streams, there are people who have like 1,000 viewers, and I cannot for the life of me understand how or why, because they're usually just shit talking. What's up? Like when VTubers are talking about drop your VTube model. What about Trixie? She's a flesh tuber. That's my assumption, but I don't know. The definitions for what people expect different categories to be is endlessly strange to me. So, anyway, drop your flesh. That's it. That's the new thing. I'm going to start telling people to drop their flesh. Was there something else? I feel like, you ever get that feeling like you forgot something? Like there was other things that you were supposed to do? I feel like there's other things that I was supposed to do. Did I forget something? No more sketchy trailers. That's how I get in trouble. Yes. Please don't. Don't engage him with the Pepto. Glass Ninja, thank you for the follow. Well, so that's why we didn't do gym today. Our schedule got weirdly fucked up because I should have been in jiu-jitsu today. But no, it appears I have nothing else, and I don't know if I believe it. I don't know if I believe this. My schedule says no, but I feel very uncertain. I don't like it. I just finished checking my schedule, and it doesn't say that there's anything else, but that weirds me out. I definitely feel like there's things I'm missing. Why am I not busy? Flesh tumor, meat sack, soul pilots, mouth meat, mouth worm. That's what I'm saying, is now I'm anxious because I'm like, nah, you did the last few chapters, did the callback, and then stream. Yes, you're correct. The book's done. I just finished recording for the third book of that Reverse Southern Harem series. And then I did the callback. No, Ellis knows, and Ellis would have just put it in the thing. I literally think it's because I didn't work out. I honestly think it's because I didn't work out. Because usually I would have done my workout by now, and it feels very out of sorts that I didn't do that. So I'm having like this weird disconnect where I am confident I should have. So now I feel like I'm down a day. And I hate it. I fucking hate it. I could go outside and do back, I guess. Do you punch and roll with audio? Yes, I do. I don't give... So the way that I perform for voice acting stuff, or really anything, I do not provide... I do not provide unedited audio. So when especially when I'm doing narrations, I won't just leave bullshit inside of it. I will absolutely punch and roll. We have broken in the home gym. We did that ages ago. Like I mentioned, I was supposed to do a live stream from the gym today, but unfortunately that did not happen because yesterday and today, this morning at like 8 a.m., our internet went out both periods, so it just didn't happen. But that's the goal. A muscle witch is never late, nor is she early. Her schedule goes as is possible. That's true. I just feel really strange. I want to, and my other problem is I'm hitting that point where I want to play something, but from an effort perspective, I don't actually know what would be entertaining to watch, nor do I know. You know, when you want to do something, like I want to play something, but I don't. I do, but I don't know what I want to play, and so now it's just collectively making it weirder for me. And then I feel like I'm stuck in a cyclical don't pee. I can only play that when Spike's around. I can't play don't pee until Spike's in chat. It's a requirement, I feel like. I'm told that's depression, probably. It probably is. It's also, there's a phrase for it. It's like a stasis almost that you deal with, where you are like frozen. Yeah. I still need to finish Phantom Liberty. I still haven't finished that. No. I can't play Don't Pee. Super into watching Resident Evil playthroughs. I like doing the crime scene cleaner. That was a fun game. Yeah, you're hungry, but you don't know what to eat. Analysis paralysis. Not even quite analysis paralysis. Yeah, literally, it's like, it's partial executive dysfunction. Black hole's not wrong. It's just the need to, like, we're there, we want to do something, I know I want to do something, the action is clear. Thanks, Legolas, I appreciate that. I literally think it's because I got shit done today. Which somehow is worse. Nightmare update? Wait, what? There's a nightmare update? Hold on. What? What do you mean the nightmare update? What is that? What is that? The nightmare update patch is now available. Adds 2 new challenge modes, nightmare mode and true cleaner mode tabs, which are available in the mission hub. Challenges that are available after completing the original 10 maps, 2 new tabs, 20 new challenges, 10 new nightmare maps, which are nightmare versions of every currently existing map with new stories and mechanics. 10 original maps to complete in true cleaner mode with the upgrade modifier and task list and cleaner sense disabled. What? No. Oh my god, what? That's so cool. I had no idea they were doing that. That makes me really happy. I had no fucking clue. Oh no. I unhooked my PlayStation 3 months ago. I haven't hooked it back up. I want to play a game, but haven't. Yeah. That's a vibe. I do need to go back and do a playthrough of Monster Rancher again. I promise that at some point. Yeah, I do, but that's what causes me. Yeah, that tattoo it looks more like bruising or something now. I think I had like 3 sessions. Technically, I could probably go back for one more and maybe it would remove it completely, but there's no confirmation. I might still. I don't know. We've all been there, Bash. I was wearing some loose fitting pants this morning, and my dogs brushed against my legs, and it took no time. No time. That's it. I mean, to be clear, I promised and I swore I would never do tattoo removal and that I would not get a tattoo removed. It feels the same. But this one in particular was one that needed removed for a lot of personal reasons that I don't want to remember, among other things. So. Laser black, yeah. But no, it feels about the same. Your ears look like elf ears. I could kind of see it, maybe. If I had, like... Hold on, wait, can I... Wait, let me see if it'll stay. There, is that better? Is that more elf-like for you? I had somebody ask me if I paid to get the fangs, like how you can get the dental fangs now. Like, no, they're just like that. I could, but trying to get a cover up in that area is going to be tough. I'm talking to my tattoo artist right now to see if they could put my tiger stripes around it. Science, you fickle mistress. Oh yeah, here. I can show that to you. We're getting it there. So I got my sign added, and then no feet for free on this stream. And then I got my halo back, so that's all there, at least. We're getting there. I kind of just want to put the tiger stripes back. I thought I posted photos. Maybe I never posted the photos of it. Yeah. What I'd like to do is the back of my calf, we're either going to turn into Brookhaven or potentially the amusement park. We're trying to decide. It's because I showed you my ankle. I know. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. That was so lewd. Can't believe I showed you my ankle. On stream, even. I'm gonna get canceled. Yeah, they did a really fucking good job. We just gotta get the rest of it done. I will not be getting a leggy bitch solely because it's a leggy bitch. Yeah. How dare I? Watch out, MasterCard's gonna come for us. You showed me your ankle, answer me. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Couldn't help it. I knew you guys would be thirsty for my ankle. Couldn't, nice and smooth. That notch right above my foot, man. I know y'all are thirsty for it. No feet for free, just ankle. What's the longest you've sat for a session? 8 hours? I think I sat for like 8 hours on one of my thigh pieces one day. Don't show kneecaps. Too late. You did, Chopped. You missed ankle, man. You missed free ankle on the feed. It's your fault. You did this. Some of us just need to sacrifice our innocence. It's more of a bulge. No, that's a different stream. What's next? Explicit elbows? I'll show you my weenus. I love how that was like the funniest joke ever when we were teenagers. Like that was the joke. Welcome back. You want to see my weenus?
No, that's what I'm giving you side eye over.
You can't give me side eye over my weenus.
Yes, I can.
It's bare and smooth.
Is it ashy?
Not right now. It was. I put lotion on it. That's really rude.
Oh wait, it's
You can't clean your glasses at me because you're trying not to look at the thing that I'm doing. Ellis discovered...
Good news, if I take my glasses off, I cannot see what you're doing.
That's why Giles does it. Fuck you. Ellis discovered that Giles, from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, intentionally goes out of his way sometimes to take off his glasses to not have to look at the bullshit that the Scooby Gang is doing. Are you planning to add a tattoo to the weenus? I mean, Deadpool's already kind of on the weenus. And like, technically my feather and stuff goes up on my weenus. Oh my god, my elbows are kind of gross. I put lotion on them. Why does it look like I've been crawling around on my elbows? No, not lately.
All I've got is a couple of lines on mine, and that was heinous.
That's gross. No. I saw the Deadpool tat. Yeah. It's weird because that's one of the loudest tattoos I have. I think it's because it's red, honestly. But like the Deadpool tattoo is, yeah. I need to put something right here though. It feels bare.
I gotta get mine finished. He spared me a little bit, but some of the lines came just close enough that they sucked.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to get that colored in.
Well, yeah, it's all gotta be colored.
Good luck. Good luck, bitch.
This is gonna be my bigger fucking problem.
I don't think so. Mine wasn't
Getting
that
colored?
bad. Yeah, no, mine wasn't that bad because I had my feathering that went
Yeah,
under
and
my armpit.
I just hate this shit through here. Or the getting this colored.
Yeah, but you're really sensitive too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, that's okay, Sam. He did. Yes, Buffy did call him out on that. I made Ellis sit through all of it, and then we got to like the last episode of season 7, basically. Also, they love your shirt.
Oh, thank you. Jesus has risen. Insert audio of even flow here.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back. It's stabilized. So they did a nightmare update, I guess, for Crime Scene Cleaner.
Okay.
Which is fascinating to me. I am aware that they're working on a Buffy sequel.
Oh my god.
Interestingly enough, I'm apprehensive, and it doesn't seem to actually be a legitimate reboot, is the strange part of it. I feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar wanted to, it's gonna sound shitty, but I feel almost like, and I wouldn't say maybe shitty, but I almost feel like Sarah Michelle Gellar didn't want to leave that legacy on a sour note because of what Buffy represented for a lot of young girls, teenagers, and women in general. And I feel like with everything that happened with Joss, it was a way for Sarah Michelle Gellar to step back up to the plate and represent these very meaningful things without having the stain of the bullshit with Joss. Now, whether or not that's true, who knows? But it wouldn't be out of the question, especially with like Dolly Parton's involvement with Buffy. So, yeah. Would you want to explain why he has bread on his face?
What are you? An idiot sandwich. So Meatball has bread cone because,
Which he hates, by the way.
yeah, because somehow he managed to rip one of his claws out, not shed it, like ripped it out. So
Yeah, we're not really sure what the fuck he did.
I took the wrapping off right now so I can breathe for a little bit, but like I had to wrap it because there's not a whole fucking lot you can do to make sure it doesn't get infected and just try and clean it. I'm trying to avoid a complete fucking vet visit, but because somebody is a goddamn idiot and doesn't like to leave stuff alone, I had to put him in bread cone so he did not rip the bandages off, which he definitely did a couple times anyway. But this makes it a lot harder for him to like lick and mess with it. So Which he's a cat, right? They shit in a box. There's only so much I can do to try and save his fucking toesy.
Yeah.
So if it gets super de-duper gross, then like, yeah, obviously I'm going to take him to the vet. But for right now,
It's
just
not
sore.
it's not that gross, and it's actually stayed relatively clean compared to how I expected it to be over the last couple days.
yeah, he's just sore.
Maybe if he wasn't such a bitch.
That's not very nice. At least he's got brain cells.
Hi.
He's got like 2 brain cells. But I've been
He is
looking
so
at him
pissed at that bread, bro.
all day and been telling him that he's an idiot sandwich.
He'll be okay.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine. He's just sore. Like, you rip your fingernail out. It sucks.
Yeah, because
For cats, it's worse.
he ripped it out. I do
Yeah.
not know what the fuck he did. He got it stuck on something he
Yeah,
had to have.
I think he got it stuck on something because I went to give him a bath. What was that, 3 days ago?
Yeah.
And like, because you have to clean their claws and like in their toe bean folds and everything because
So,
they've got fur, and I saw it then.
These guys from a bath perspective are a whole other thing. Because you have to be very thorough with like their ears and their paws, and him in particular, because of the way his ears are.
He's got
So
elf
he's got
ears.
he's got what they call elf ears. The problem though is that the cartilage at the bottom is stiff. It's hard. So trying to get in to clean his ears versus like Diva, who has like the goblin ears, it's a little bit more difficult to get in.
Long story short, the lady who sold us Meatball wasn't very honest, and he's not necessarily the most.
He was also very sick.
Yeah, she definitely lied about him being sick when she gave it to us, but it's not his fault. He doesn't come from the most stunning line of breeding. Diva does. And no, Diva doesn't have brain cells, but that's because she got the sonic rings knocked out of her when she was younger.
What?
Leave him alone!
What is this?
That's a chicken leg!
What is this? What is this?
Cover that
What
so
is
Twitch
this?
doesn't cancel you.
What is this?
Leave his toe beans alone.
You don't even know what the fuck is going on.
He doesn't give a shit.
No, not even a little.
Enough!
I wish I could visit Japan at some point. I wanted to, but unfortunately life has occurred. So no, that wasn't an option.
He has 1 rotisserie leg.
I mean Spike, obviously. Also, Giles I didn't realize was a thing until way later in my life.
The chicken weenus.
That's the leg to give the old razzle dazzle.
I've always been an angel person.
Of course you have. Do they brood?
Oh, that one's kind of a cunt. Andy broods.
There's a distinct difference between angel and angelus.
I don't think you get to say anything.
I think I do.
Who did you marry?
You. Are you calling yourself a cunt?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I was more so going for the flamboyant, bitchy, and blonde thing.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that happened either, because I didn't used to be into blondes.
I can't say anything. Almost all of my exes, except for like 2 are redheads. But not necessarily gingers. There was only 2 of those, and you won that fight.
Yeah,
almost physically.
I would have beat his ass too.
If you had known.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, he's very
I
big.
accidentally.
Don't let him fool you. This cat doesn't give a fuck about anything.
No, he does not.
He's just mad that he's got bread on his head right now. Come on.
I accidentally almost beat the fuck out of one of Ellis's exes, and I didn't know that they were one of Ellis's exes until way later. Mostly because he was rude, obnoxious, self-centered, a complete fucking tool. Huh?
So you're probably fucking dead now.
The guy was a tool. So the long story made incredibly short is we were out with a large group of friends, and he was with us, and he was very rude to me at one point, and there was an issue with a car door, and all I will say is I almost slammed his head in the car door. I didn't. I was good. But he was very rude, and he was also very rude to another female that we were with, and I didn't like him. And then I found out later that it turned out that that guy was also Ellis's ex. So, yeah. I didn't. I was good.
I think the thing is, if it wasn't been me. If I had been in that situation for any longer, one of us would have beat him half to death.
But we didn't. And according to TOS, it's fine. You didn't really miss anything, to be fair. We were just bullshitting. We were talking about what we were gonna do, and then we didn't, and now here we are. Because I also need to know, so my capture card is a couple of years old now, and I'm beginning to wonder if I don't need to replace my capture card, and that's another reason I'm having consistent frame drops sometimes. But I didn't know that that was a thing that could affect it until I saw an article about like some of the new stuff that they were. What?
I have to show you, silly mom. Shirt.
You scared the piss out of me. Get this out! I want it. Shut the fuck up. That's the best ever.
They had me show you just now, but I thought you.
I need you guys to know Silly Mom is wearing the bombest ass shirt I've ever seen, and it says Thug Life, and it's the Golden Girls.
Yeah.
That is the tits. I love it. Yeah, I mean, you were. I also am glad that I'm done with the narration aspect, because I've been meaning to print the shorts I was telling you guys about. I've looped multiple times. I just haven't had time to make them yet. What are you doing, Mr. Holmes? Yeah, you. Probably. Oh, whale. Hello, Azure. Yeah, he's pinned into the hallway right now. He was looking at me from the hallway angrily. I shaved my balls for this for a workout Wednesday. What's the one merch item you've wanted to make but haven't or can't?
I know the self-defense ones we.
I had a plan to make self-defense keychains, or for the thems, theys, gays, and everybody in between, but I did not. The person who was supposed to assist me in doing that and making the model for Blender just disappeared. So it never got finished. I still want to do it. I've got to find a 3D model person or fucking do it myself and figure it out. I guess Ellis says he is just going to learn Blender, which is pretty par for the course at this point for what we're doing. Oh, but we did manage to find files for Venomized Squirrel Girl. All I need is the bodysuit, and I'm waiting on Arachnid to do the bodysuit for it. They said it might be a while is the problem. But I'm keeping my eyes open, because if they can do the bodysuit portion, I can add the accessories. So we should be good. But we've got the slingshot and tippy toes and the mask. I just have to work out the rest. So we're working on Venomized Squirrel Girl. Also,
I'm literally in the middle of putting it together.
This is still in progress, but you guys can see. I'm in the middle of
setting the teeth.
Yeah, so the teeth aren't completely set yet, but this is the slingshot. So Venomized slingshot is on the way. Tippy Toes is currently drying. Ellis had to fill some clay in, but we're getting there. So I just need to figure out the bodysuit is the only other thing, but hopefully we'll see that soon. Also, it's apparently just Horse Girl Month, I guess. Yeah. All right, I have a question. So remember when I told you guys that I was looking at doing Applejack?
Oh, I'm just listening.
Can you bring me the shirt, please? I'm sorry, did you just say a butt plug fidget spinner? Who has the time to fidget spin somebody's butt plug? The fidget spinner butt plug? Oh, the chair? Maybe.
No. Did you take it upstairs or something?
No, I did not.
You put it all over here.
Oh. Why would you? No, you don't have time. If you're focused on the butthole, you don't have time to focus on the fidget spinner in the butthole. I feel like Keegan should be the one that we need to talk to about this.
You put it on by the window.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did
he was
that.
getting ready to get in.
Oh, because of course he was. I have done zero suit Samus. Yeah, what? You want to go? You want to fight? All right, so hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. So, like, we talked about Applejack, but I was looking at her outfits, and, like, she's got the one that's, like, the skirt or whatever, and it's very... no, we're not doing that one. It's weird. I don't know. I don't like it. So, like, I was like, all right, what would adult Applejack fuck with clothes? And then I saw this beautiful shitbox sleeveless fucking flannel. And I was like, toughest pony in Equestria. So that's it. That's what we're doing. I have a bikini too. Don't worry. Don't worry. But I was like over the moon that I found this shitty cut off fucking like so yeah, that's it. I mean, kind of, yeah. It's shit that Wolfhead would wear. Oh, yeah, okay. Ray immediately popped in.
What?
The other thing that I bought, though, and it'll make you guys feel better, so just hold on. This is the bikini that I picked for her to wear under that. Which I thought was fitting, because it's still like the checker vibe, but... Huh?
Like the picnic print.
Yeah, like the picnic print. That's what Ella said, too.
Tell them about the other pony for Pony Month.
Hold on, I'm getting to that. So, apparently it's just Pony Month, because not only is there Applejack, but I was finally convinced to do Gold Ship. So, it's just Horse Month. So, Gold Ship's costume is on the way also. So, I guess now, apparently, I'm doing Applejack and Gold Ship. So, Goldshee is on the way. I'm not sure how I got suckered into it, but if you guys don't think for a second that I'm not going to drop kick the camera, you're wrong. That'll probably be, I think it's going to be a little bit. Yeah, I need 517 offspring. Yes, I'm drop kicking the camera. I feel like that's a requirement to do that costume. I've got the thighs for it, so why not? So yeah, Goldshee and Applejack are on the list. I'm not really sure how it wound up being that, but the other things I have to shoot are Mystique, and my brain short-circuited just now. Nope. Brain short-circuited. Bro, Red Sonja. Is Mr. PP Man back? Eventually I will be doing Phoenix. Ray was kind enough to sponsor the Phoenix's outfit. K-pop Demon Hunters. I haven't watched it yet. So to be honest with you, no. I don't have a desire to do it. That and 3/4 of the wigs that would require me to have wig abilities, I don't fucking have. I say that though, knowing full well that I want to do Crimson Viper, and she's also on the list. Absolutely going to do Crimson Viper. Yeah. It's not that I don't desire to do K-pop Demon Hunters. I just haven't watched it, so I don't know. I'd have to figure that out yet. I did watch the Red Sonja trailer, and I was not kind about it. I have very strong opinions about that trailer. But good for her and good for them, and I don't know, maybe it'll turn out to be good. I don't know, but I have strong opinions, and we'll see. And that's kind of how I feel about it. Everybody says that until you slap ears and a tail on something, and then suddenly you're not. I see you guys also have strong opinions about the Red Sonja trailer. Sir Sherlock Holmes. Mr. Holmes. What are you doing?
Has the fucking audacity to go halfway up the stairs and then get mad and yell at me because he can't come back down.
Is he's scared to come back down?
He can, because he went like 3 more up the second flight and then went back down to the landing, but then got scared because from the middle landing to the floor was further.
Have you guys not seen the Red Sonja trailer? Okay, hold on. Yeah, no, they dropped a trailer for the Red Sonja movie. Hold on. I don't give a shit to watch this again, but I'll put it up since you guys haven't seen it yet. We gotta get through the fucking thing first. Yo! Thank you so much for the follow, Inositol. Alright. Don't say I didn't warn you. Booba! Let's go!
The earth is bleeding.
And grant me the power to find those who did this.
Why are you here?
To see my people again is all I dreamed of.
I like this one. Very, very feisty, eh?
He wants us to fight, or we both die. Someone has to make a stand. Nothing but death awaits us. I will do what damage I can.
You know what, Red? You are quite the woman.
You think that your gods can stop me from conquering the world beyond?
It won't just be their kings who suffer. It will be every tribe, every people who defy him. I am here to fight!
You and all of your kind are relics from the past. I am the future!
It's now or never.
Do you choose death?
Never.
You can have this and these.
And that protects.
Nothing. The crowd will love it.
That's it. You've seen the trailer. Congratulations. I didn't want to do the booty stuff, and you guys. So now that you know that that's a thing, listen. I'm not gonna shit on the actor, but between the bad CGI, and it is bad, you can't contest that. There's no level of opinion. It's the CGI alone was fucking bad. I'm going to say some questionably controversial shit. And maybe it'll get me in trouble. Maybe it'll get me in trouble. And if it does, okay. But this is simply an opinion that is based on what I know as someone who does combat sports and actively goes to the gym and hikes and other things. I find it very difficult for me to knowingly suspend reality for a warrior queen like Sonya to aesthetically have a certain type of aesthetic and not meet what you would expect a hardened fighting warrior queen who totes around. All right, hold on. Perspective. Hold on. So the standard weight of a claymore is 5 to 7 pounds on a low end. And specifically, that is a Scottish claymore, right? So let's say 7 to 10 pounds on a heavier piece, which a standard boxing glove is 12, 14, 16 ounces, depending. I do think that it is very important to have representation across the board. But
there's a level of reality that is suspendable, and there's a level of reality that's not. Warrior Queen, itty bitty package. I will politely say the thing. You're awfully short for a stormtrooper.
I just want to point out that there's something very iconic about Sonya in majority of her cover art, no matter what run it is, who's done it, so on and so forth. And one of those things, specifically, is what? So again, I want to point out that classic art, right? Like the 80s art, a lot of the time for comic book heroines, into the 80s and the 90s, were built like heavy metal, right? Tarna is a good example. So Tarna is from heavy metal. Tarna was your kind of your Lady Death slash so on, right? Like Lady Death, Tarna, a lot of the cover pieces and heroines across the board during a lot of this comic era were built in this manner. Granted, cocaine was prevalent and might have had a lot to do with it, but it wasn't necessarily uncommon. My beef is, although I appreciate what they were attempting to do, there is a very specific scene during that trailer where she throws a heavy chain like a whip and pulls, and you can see the balance of muscle I'm saying is, like, more power to her. I'm not shitting on the actress. I'm glad that she got this opportunity, and good for her. Like, she's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I just really, really struggle that there is a physical aspect to this character with a lot of weapon wielding, general fight, and some of the combat that is being done in a heavy hand-to-hand capacity. And I just don't vibe with it. I just don't. Like, I don't look at this actress and go, that's somebody I want to see playing Red Sonja. And, like, OG Bridget Nielsen, right? Like, also very, you know, relatively petite for what she looked like. And again, that's what was fairly common. I just think that there's the warrior queen and what could be considered a viable, functional muscle and the visual therein and what we got. So I don't know. I hope that for her it does well, fine, whatever. I just can't fucking get behind it myself, because again, there are 1,001 other actors who could have filled this role and physically been just as, if not more, capable. But the girl is beautiful from her own position. She does what she does. She fills her own role, and she's fine. I just have a really hard time as another, you know, person who presents female and so on, seeing that and finding it believable. And then the argument is like, well, it wasn't about that. It wasn't about the believability. It wasn't about this and this and this. Okay, but this, my expectations of Sonja as someone who likes Sonja, these are my expectations. Like, look like you could beat ass. But then but okay, but is that really, you're saying the modern movie casting reality, right, is 1% who fits the role, 99 who don't, but they're favored. This actress is not one of those names that are currently favored. If you wanted to say that, fucking what's her name? Fuck. Jenna fucking Ortega would have been Red Sonja. Or like one of those actors in that regard. But that's not the case. Instead, we wound up with her. And again, I don't want to shit on this girl. I want to make it clear. I'm not that person. Good for her. And again, I'm going to sound like a dick. But it is hard for me to want to go in to watch that as a strong female and go, yep, she can handle that. Or like, I don't know. I just, why would you not flow with the aesthetic? This bitch is a fucking warrior. No, and no one's saying that, right? It's just like, I never would want that to be the case. I just don't get it. And that's another fucking thing. Like, not shitting on Katie O'Brien, but other fucking people exist besides Katie O'Brien. It's like they have this bullshit where they pick one. Oh, Ghosty, thank you so much for the raid, by the way. I appreciate the follow too. They pick one bitch and go, there's your filler for everything. That's their genre. That's the person that they grab every single time. And again, I want to be clear. I never said it was the actress's fault. I never said that. More power to her. I'm really glad she got the role, because it's not easy to get a role, right? My problem is that casting went a direction that is very unusual for me. And again, as someone who is bigger, or on like the I guess the like strong bitch vibes, right? Like farm built vibes. As someone who's farm built, it's hard for me to constantly get these films where there's a leading female role and then they wind up casting somebody that I could throw like a goddamn javelin across a football field. Because then I watch it and I'm like, I'm glad she gets to do that. Like, more power to her. But at no point do I actually find myself in a position to feel empowered by watching these events occur. That's my problem. I don't know. Maybe I'm being cunty. It's just, I don't know, man. It's my own personal beef, I guess. The TLDR, though, is I'm going to reshoot Red Sonja. And we're just going to see how that goes. So anybody who's going to be in a position of like, well, if you think you can do it better, I can, and I will. That's it. That's how I feel about it. Sorry, not sorry. Well, but they won't. And you know, I can't tell if there's a shortage of actors in that end or like what the fuck. It's like they just don't want to cast in that direction because they're scared that like there's going to be backlash of some variety. But they're losing people too. I don't know. That's like casting Timothée Chalamet as Conan. I mean, I too wouldn't mind a Xena reboot. Welcome back from the ad mines. I mean, yeah, kind of. I'm sorry, but if there's a scene where she fucking Spartan kicks somebody in the chest, you should see the way that her quads fucking engage. And like, I mean, would it surprise you? There's never been a concept that powerful women shouldn't be powerful. Like, that's kind of been a long-running thing. And like, anytime that you do see implications of a powerful female, like, they're brought down by a man 9 times out of 10 in most media. I'm not this person. I want to be clear. Like, I'm not the person who stands up and goes, this is very clearly feminist, anti-feminist. Like, no, it's not that. Sometimes that's just fucking how it is. But I do think that it's weird. Okay, but to be clear, all right, so you want to bring Buffy into the conversation, right? Okay. There are different ways for ladies to be ass kickers. I absolutely agree. Buffy wasn't big and beefy and she had speed. Buffy also had the ability for supernatural fucking talent. Buffy had supernatural talent on her side. Like, she was imbued with the power of the Slayer. She had super strength, super speed, all that bullshit. So, like, Buffy could be built. There was an explanation for that. There is not a valid explanation for Red Sonja. You understand? Like, she doesn't have the power of the Slayer imbuing her with supernatural strength and speed and so on. Like, that's the issue. Again, there should be different representations of power that denote that and tell those stories. This one is just not the one that maybe I would have said, yeah, let's pick that lane. And it just feels like it wasn't cared for or structured. But then I know that there are people that exist that would argue with me and say, no, she looks great, like it makes sense for canon comics. But to me, there's nothing believable about watching this girl who's 110 pounds soaking wet throw a heavy-ass chain like a fucking, rope and wrap it around a 210-pound man and pull him to his knees. I just don't fucking get that. We need to get you into a directing role. I have things I want to direct. It's going to be a lot of my personal money, and I'm currently trying to save up for that. I really am working on eventually trying to turn accounts from a lonely broadcast station into a feature. It's just tough. It's a lot. No, yeah, it doesn't have to be 100%, but like, I don't know. Again, that's my beef. It's stupid and it may seem simple and it's like very first world problemsy, but it also gives me something to focus on. I'm just saying that representation matters a lot, but when you're telling a story, especially one like Sonya's story isn't kind. It's fucked up. Granted, we don't know going into the movie what story exactly they're telling. And again, there have been iterations and different runs of Sonya for a very long time. But like, I don't know. I just feel like I should feel comfortable in the ability to punch a grown man in the throat and drop him. That's all. The Hollywood aesthetic while also having a woman who kicks ass. It's not possible. Yeah, man. If and only if she got that damn chain around the neck, here's what would happen with rate differential. But it's true. I mean, but it's true. And like, if she managed to leverage that, and I know that some of you are probably like, oh, suspend reality on him, it's fiction. No, because if you guys get big beefy gladiators like the motherfuckers in Spartacus, then why the fuck can I not have beefy red Sonya? That's bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. Disbelief. There is nothing stopping us from having both. You guys can't get beefy fucking gladiators. If you get that, then I get this. That's that. Fuck you. I mean, kind of. They don't give a fuck. But we just had this conversation about video game translating to film. It's the same fucking thing. No, but that's oh God. Okay, I can't. Kind of. That's how I feel. Spartan kicked the fucking casting department. So here's my problem. This is my beef. So there is a scene. Where is it? Maybe it's back here some. Yeah, okay. This scene. That is, yeah, the ultimate sleeper build. The ultimate sleeper build. That's what it feels like. And again, I'm good for her. I'm glad she got the role, but like, fuck, man. Her whole ass body weight. Like, she would be on her ass, this poor girl. God damn. Sometimes, this is it. This is just a thing of sometimes you just don't get what you want. You deal with it. You suck it up and you deal with it. I think that she's a beautiful person. I think she's wonderful. I think that, you know, it's great for her. But do I think that there are other positions? No. I just needed big bitch strong vibes. That's it. That's all. I don't know. But even then, who even is, what the fuck, Matilda Lutz, right? Oh, that's why I recognize her. Oh, this is the girl who did Revenge. Oh. So, okay, I didn't realize that that's this actress. So, this is the actress that was in Revenge. Which Revenge wasn't a bad film. I didn't mind it. But and Final Cut. Okay. Okay, this makes a lot more sense now. So she's an Italian actor, which is why a lot of the stuff that she's been in is more Italian stuff. But yeah, this makes no sense. I'm very fucking confused. I'm very confused, but it's fine. Who cares? Who cares if I'm confused? No one cares. No one cares if I'm confused. Please don't mention the female barbarian in Diablo. My God. They gave everybody spray abs in 300. Ah, yes. Halo. But we're constantly going to wind up in that position no matter what. I feel like... Good night, Pyro. Take care. I feel like that happened a lot across the board for several things. I don't know. They don't like beefy, strong women because they'd supposedly be unappealing to men. I mean, not entirely inaccurate. We don't get to see it often, which is weird because anytime that you put a beefy bitch on screen, people fall all over themselves. Men and women. So I'm very... I don't know. I obviously have very biased opinions. Very biased opinions. But it is what it is. It doesn't matter. It's neither here nor there. It's not gonna matter at the end of the day. We're here for a good time, not a long time. But yeah, I'm gonna reshoot Red Sonja since it's been a while. I've got Gold Ship that I'll be doing, as well as Applejack, and then a few other things. And then this weekend, so there's a new Fantasy Friday dropping tomorrow, and then I have an audio that I'm supposed to do Sunday, but we'll see if I'm able to get the time to get that recorded or not between book recordings. I may release a chapter of one of the books I did. I don't know, we'll see. It depends. I do have some upcoming stuff, though, so if you guys haven't checked my Audible recently, I do believe... Let me look really quick here. I think... Oops. Yeah. Oh. Can we not destroy everything in my office?
Gee, honey, I sure did that on purpose.
You definitely did. I watched you do it.
Fuck myself.
I mean, if you want to, but that's for a completely different stream.
Oh, I didn't know we had to stream it.
Oh, that's fine. I guess I'll die. You did, so you destroyed all my stuff coming into the room to take a video of him getting mad that he got to the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
And got stuck?
Hey? Are you stuck?
No. You're stuck.
Stuck.
Kinda.
Possibly be. But you came all the way up here. And
Going down is different than going up.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyway, I do have some new stuff coming in. Tell Me It's Right and Tell Me It's Wrong are both back-to-back audiobooks. So they are part of a Sweet Spire. It's all the same world. But anyway, this one comes out July 29th. Tell Me It's Wrong comes out August 19th. So we've got a little bit of time on this one. But those were fun to do. And then, of course, Better Watch Out is already complete. So if you guys would like to check those out, you definitely can. I have a handful of things that have come out for Audible. I don't even remember half the shit I've done anymore. Oh, fuck. Okay. So, yeah. A lot of these are the books that I've done. I didn't realize there were 20 of them so far. But yeah, if you guys want to listen to some more audiobooks, those are available. There's a mix and match of stuff. Random Musings being one of the oldest things I've ever done. And honestly, it desperately needs a redo. But, you You can pre-order. So if you're interested or want to check out some of the audiobooks I've done, definitely do that. Oh, hey, 5 stars. Those are some nice ratings. Actually, those are not bad. I'm kind of proud of those, to be completely transparent. Not bad. Anyway, lots of stuff coming down the pipeline, though. Which of your audiobooks is your favorite to record? I mean, obviously, A Lonely Broadcast. I feel like that's a biased opinion, though. Oh, yeah, if you do have Audible points, if you've got, like, the tokens for Audible, you can use them on those as well. I think they're releasing them one at a time. But yeah. Anyway, new drops coming, so don't forget that. I also will have some new costumes and stuff. Obviously, Venomized Squirrel Girl is on the way, and then Phoenix and a few other things. But I guess apparently it's Horse Girl month, so we're going to start there. And now that I'm done bitching about Red Sonja, that will also be part of it. I also didn't have a plan outside of this. I was supposed to stop streaming 30 minutes ago. But, you know. Oh, I may or may not have a workout stream tomorrow morning. Please keep that in mind. I will see what happens. As long as our internet doesn't nosedive, we'll have a workout in the morning. Otherwise, though, probably like maybe 11. We'll see what makes sense. And then Sunday is my normal, Saturday's my day off, so I'm not responding to messages, but Sunday is the normal stream. We're going to do a Just Chatting and AMA for a couple hours in the morning, and then I'm going to lunch break, and then we're going to come back for indie games in the afternoon. So if you have anything you want to see me play, definitely let me know. I would like to start doing the ASMR streams at some point. We'll see about, not today probably, though, because I finished narrating a bunch of shit today. I know. Tell me more. Everybody say goodbye. Ow, ow, ow.
It's bedtime.
Oh!
We're in nightmare mode.
Nightmare mode. Nightmare mode, Mr. Holmes. Nightmare mode, Mr. Holmes. Bah, bah. All right. Don't forget you can find all my stuff under autumnivyofficial.com and merch under autumnivy.com, especially if you like stuff. Hopefully I'll have some more merch coming soon. I've got to decide on some things. But yeah, new costumes, new videos, and more. And if you like the spicy stuff, don't forget autumnivyofficial.com. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Drink water. Don't do anything weird or do. I don't know. I'm not your mom.
Don't do it for